I could come up with these for days. I mean,
Please do.
there's just
Please,
so much
please.
material I can use.
Welcome to MinusOneCharisma, a Dungeons and
God.
Dragons stream. My name is James Lucas,
Hey!
and we are here on a beautiful Monday. I just let them go for a little while. You notice that? I just kind of let them go.
How long did you let us go
Let
for?
us go.
I mean,
Let us go.
Let us go.
Okay, get my burp.
15,
That's
20
the best
seconds.
question.
The burp was, I believe the burp was in there. Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
That was
Welcome,
good.
everyone.
That was a good burp.
We are finally back on track with more of our Crimson Madness campaign.
Almost. No
I know
Cullen, but
Bobby
almost.
has
Oh,
been.
that's today?
Bobby has been like blowing up our Discord, our private Discord chat for the last
Every day.
4 weeks. Yeah.
He's
Uh,
super
Prepping for
excited about
battle!
Conservatively,
Let's
10, 15
go!
times an hour for the past 4 weeks.
Yeah. So we got a lot to do today. Any announcements? Anyone got anything cool?
I'm taking petitions for my next character. If anyone has any good
Same
ideas,
here.
feel free to put them in the chat. It'd be great. Read those
You
later.
guys have any recommendations for a new DM?
Yeah.
Yeah, for real.
I'm gonna roll a new
I hear
character.
Cullen's
It's called,
looking.
I'm the dungeon master now. I'm the captain now.
God.
A sticker, please.
Yeah. I would like to play God in the next campaign.
Hmm.
Alright, roll a infinite d6 for your strength and infinite d6. All right.
Once it like reaches over 20,000, you're like, well, I beat you.
So you guys, we were on the precipice of a big battle, if I remember
Oh, were we?
correctly.
Oh.
We like
There was
skipped
some.
that.
Doesn't sound
No, we
familiar.
won. I'm
did
pretty
that.
sure we won and
We did.
made a lot of money in the process. Like,
You have the
Yeah, like-
aspect,
Retirement money, kind of.
Mhm.
definitely leveled up twice because the battle was so intense.
Yes.
It was.
Yeah, but that was right after
Yes.
you lost 3 levels, right?
No.
complicated math.
But let us not forget that I charmed a chimera, so
Yeah, it was
You
pretty
charmed a
easy.
freaking chimera.
Let's talk about that chimera.
And she also got the Oleos. to
Oh, is he
follow
is he gonna
us.
retcon that? He's gonna retcon it. All right, let's go.
No,
Let's go. Let's do this.
retcon
Let's
that.
go.
Yeah.
No.
Battle time. Let's go.
Uh-uh.
Let's go.
Redcon. Kelwise never existed.
Who's
Weird. None of you guys have
been
any
driving
stories? Who's been driving the ship?
Turns into wind-blown flakes and like floats away.
Okay, so at last we left off. You guys had taken your giant flying ship. You had flown it straight into the belly of the beast, that giant ball of red, dark mist, the crimson madness itself, the very essence of which, just breathing it in could drive you insane. Luckily, you guys have Eddard, the crystalline man on the ship, who in with his crystals and his abilities, he can push aside and contain the crimson madness. He also gave you guys little pieces of his power on a necklace that prevented the the crimson madness from seeping into your bodies. You guys had charmed an entire little army of Oleos and marched them onto your ship as they swayed back and forth to Trust's song. A little hi-ho, hi-ho.
it's off to battle we go.
Yes, and that was...
The mouse is watching. Don't. Gonna get us all killed.
It's parody. I said battle. Parody.
That was right after you had talked a number of the Eddard's End villagers into fighting for their own freedom. You guys are on this giant archipelago, the Sunfire Archipelago, a huge, massive series of islands, seemingly stuck by a large, we'll call it a rift, a watered rift that prevents anyone from escaping. Once in here, you're stuck forever. And for their children and for the futures of their loved ones, to reconnect them with the rest of Aventide, they agreed to join your ship. You made your way to this massive floating rock made of black crags and spiky stone formations. You landed on this small little runway, maybe 200-300 meters long, that led straight into this massive spired castle that had a large dome of energy preventing any from getting in from any other area other than the massive front gates. These maybe 100-foot tall slabs of old wood banded together by metal. And when you guys landed, your goal was to try and get these massive gates open and then slip inside before they could close them, as Captain Dick Waylander had told you that these gates take a long time to open as they're heavy, and so they take a long time to close. So he had gone up to petition, as he was an agent of Vrag and Vrag's lair. He had petitioned them with information, and they had opened the gates from him. And as he had opened the gates, Dresden had given the signal, and all hell had broken loose. 2 giant chimeras were standing at the front gate as guards, and as they had started to attack, Trust used her tiefling wiles to charm one of these chimeras into being basically a
Happy.
docile little kitten snake ram. And that chimera had faced off against the other chimera, protecting its friend and trusted owner, Trust. At the same time, the Oleos had started to flood off the ship. The call to battle. Dresden had called, and the villagers had started to flood off the ship. And as that was happening, you heard the doors start to move, to close, just ever so slightly in their slow manner. But at the same time, a flood of these mosquito beetles had started to fly out, the army of Vrag. The reason you needed an opposition army, and these small little imp-like creatures had also started to flood out with big sharp claws, all of them red in the eyes with madness. And that is where we ended the last session.
All right. Here we go.
You guys
Where
are standing there at the bottom of this ship. What was that?
where exactly are the mosquito things coming out of the castle, or the gate to where the chimera are?
So the gate, yeah. The gate is basically the only way in and out. There's this big band of energy kind of protecting the rest of this spired castle from entry. This doorway is the only place without that very, very, very strong, humming energy shield. And all of these things are just like, they're like locusts just flooding out of here as the Oleos take their, oh man, their sticks. I don't know if we've talked about this. The Oleos, the fishmen, have these sticks and they're so sharp. They're
Might have
just
mentioned it before.
the sharpest thing. I mean, you can talk about Japanese knives or samurai swords or laser cut kitchen utensils. Nothing.
Love my laser
compares.
cut kitchen utensils. They're my favorite.
Nothing compares to how sharp
Do you?
these Oleo sticks are. And these Oleos just start shoving them angrily into every single imp and beetle that comes by. And for a second, you guys are maybe stunned as you see these Oleos fly into a vicious rage, completely unhinged. And you think back, we had those little crazy psycho Tasmanian devils on our ship for a few hours. If Trust's playing had faltered even a little bit, they might have started to rip the very ship that was their life raft apart, but you managed to get there. Trust, in a heroic moment, calls to Dresden. Dresden takes his large Herny axe. She takes 2 steps onto it. He spins once, spins twice, a blur of orange whirl, and whoosh, just launches Trust headfirst into the battle. And you see this beacon of fiery orange light flying towards the battle. Meanwhile, Eddard, standing huge, his crystal starting to glow on his body. You see Gongoran Mallet appear in his hands, the shield made for a massive giant, a mallet made for an even bigger giant, and his hands covered in these crystal gloves holds them with ease, though his body's not that big, and he slowly steps off the ship, ready for battle, and though he's maybe 250 years old looking, I mean, he looks like, what was the king from Lord of the Rings, who just looked older than
Yeah, I don't know.
he looked
But I know
older than
him.
stone. He looked older than the idea of stone.
The guy, the main guy from Fringe.
Maybe.
Okay.
But he looks like that guy.
And I was
Old
getting
Eddard.
talked to.
And he starts to slowly lumber forward, putting his hand on Dresden's shoulder, and you see Dresden's body start to wrap itself with a crystalline aura. His hands growing massive, grabbing that Herniax now proficiently with these massive crystal hands, sharing a mind, sharing some powers, as they are both aspects of the God King Elazar. You guys all make your way off the boat as you see Trust flying and with a 10-point landing
Follow that
Right.
tiefling.
on the back of her new trusty steed, Chimera. And we see just the tiniest hint of jealousy on Thunderwave, her
Everyone's
small
face.
mastiff's face. He's just kind of looking over the edge, a little jealous. But then again, you know, there's so much going on that lasts for a millisecond before his attention is just looking at something else. He stays behind in the safety of Eric Karate and the Archivist, as the Archivist's powers have been sealed somewhat in this area, not strong. And you guys push forward towards this army. You guys see those gates slowly starting to close up to protect from this invading force. You don't have much time, but the gates are open, if not for a flood. Everybody roll me initiative.
Oh boy.
Oh boy, here we go.
Here we go.
Yay. Yeah.
22.
21.
18.
24.
Here we go.
I just blew my natural 20. So.
Same.
You know
19.
what? That's fine because I just blew my nat 1.
Right.
So
I saw your
Good
face. I was like, that's a
I know, I was like, Reed knows.
What'd you get? What's your total?
I rolled a 1 for a 4.
For a 4.
This is going to be a really weird initiative order.
I'm missing Kelwise. What'd you get?
19.
19. Nice. Damn, you guys all rolled amazing. And Kate also is here.
Kate also rolled.
Look at this. 18, 19,
Keep up, Pup.
21, 22, 24.
I had to get the bad one out so I
And a
could kid
4.
butt later.
Pup very much like Thunderwave. Overstimulated. There's a lot going on right now.
I'm jealous I don't get to ride the Chimera again. Because I rode one last time.
Well, I mean, the Chimera is big. There's room enough for multiple.
Yeah, Trust is like a
Yeah, I
pimple
mean,
on
it's-
the
it's-
back of
it
that
is-
chimera.
Yeah. It is not a
It
small
doesn't even
creature.
feel me. It doesn't even know I'm there.
It's not even a large creature. It's a huge creature. You see all this before you, Cornelia. You see a flood of Eddard's End's bravest and finest, haphazardly armored, some with wooden buckets on their heads, some with nails in chair legs, but a lot of them with the weapons you gave them. You see them emboldened. Their look on their faces determined. You see all those people you talked to and all those weapons you gave them, and you do get the feeling that win or lose, this was meant to be. Cornelia, what are you doing?
I am running toward Trust into
Okay.
the gates. dodging
Gates.
anything I can, screaming, charge, the whole thing.
Okay, so you can you run up. It's Trust's Chimera. Let's give this Chimera a name. Trust. What are we naming him? It. Let's roll for it. Let's see if it's a him or her. Even him, odd her. It's a her.
I'm naming her Biggie.
Biggie.
And I'm small, and together we are Biggie.
Okay. So Biggie, Cornelia, Biggie is wrestling with the other Chimera, and they're making quite a big ring around them. So it's easy to kind of get to them because most of the fighting is kind of trying to pull away. Most of the Oleos are moving away to fight these demonic creatures that are flooding out. So you could easily get kind of in the same area as them, although, there's two giant creatures just kind of rampaging around wrestling.
I mostly am just trying to get through the gates, so if it seems easier to get on the Chimera with Trust, or if it's easy, if there's like a clear path to just make it through the entrance or start my way there.
So you have a few options. You could easily, if Trust manages to get the Chimera in there, that Chimera is so big it could just basically stomp on the little creatures flooding out, and you would maybe only have to worry about the odd mosquito beetle coming to attack you. You do notice that it might be tough, but there's like a flood of these guys coming out, and the tops of these little imps' heads almost look like tiny little stepping stones. So with the right oomph, and the quick feet, you might be able to just crowd surf in a way, crowd leap. I don't know what you would call it, but run on the tops of these guys and use them as basically a surface to run through. There's also the chance that you could just kind of throw a shroud, maybe try and sneak through the crowds unnoticed.
No, I was gonna say,
can
I even make it through? Can I fly through with my cape?
You could definitely try and fly through. Remember those other beetles are flying around, and they seem like they were built for the air, so they do seem very proficient in the air. But I mean, you're very proficient with a bunch of weapons and your cape and stuff. So if you wanted to leap through that. The gate itself is massive, so you could easily propel yourself forward and try and do that.
Okay. Yeah, I guess I will. I'm just going to look at somebody that I can carry first, like maybe Kelwise or Pup. Do either of you want to come with me? I could try to fly us through if you guys want to fight off any beetles.
You should go.
I'm quick. I can go really, really fast. So if this is a quicker way for you to get in, then you should go.
I'm pretty slow. I think I'll go then.
All right. So just make sure you have
Sound
your
argument,
sword
yes.
out, and I will try to dodge as many creatures as I can, but you might have to swipe off some beetles.
You got it.
And if you fall, try to walk on those people's heads, because it looks like you can maybe do that.
No.
All right. Who's getting on whose shoulders? It kind of.
Whichever way would be easier for him to use his thing. So maybe he should be on my shoulders so that you can swipe off. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So Kelwise, you climb onto Cornelia's shoulders as she begins to do that takeoff thing that she does with her cape, where she just kind of floats through the air like Mario Brothers. What armaments are you giving yourself?
I think I'm gonna go. Since we're flying, I'm gonna go shield boomstick.
Shield boomstick. Okay. So you have a shield and boomstick. Cornelia, roll me a sleight of hand to use your wind powers that mage hand to push yourself forward, and then a dexterity saving. Not dexterity.
Shield and gun is very
acrobatics.
Captain America. I like it.
What am I doing? I'm doing sleight of hand.
Sleight of hand, and then a acrobatics check.
All right, so 29 for the sleight of hand.
Is that possible? 29?
Oh,
God.
shit.
Rogues, man.
Yeah.
So then it's a 14, 17 for the acrobatic.
Fantastic. You guys just see Cornelia, much like Trust getting launched off, just kind of whoof, with the cape, and then shoof, the two of them start to fly forward. And with that check, you make it high enough to stay above these imps' claws jumping up to grab at you as you fly by, but low enough that the beetles are having a hard time getting to you because it's just they're so impacted that it's hard for them to kind of maneuver and to get down to you. You do fly by, but there are some that do kind of at least impede your way a little bit. Kelwise, give me an attack. As a beetle comes flying by, and one of those wings gets right in your face, kind of threatening to knock you out of the sky.
19.
A 19. You guys see them fly through. Kelwise, real quickly with his boomstick, just kind of flips it backwards and then, boom, knocks this beetle right in the head, and its body flips around as they kind of just go rocketing through. Cornelia and Kelwise, they make it through this, and what you guys see is this long courtyard, and above you, what you couldn't see because of the humming energy, atop this big domed area, there's almost like they almost look like clams stuck onto the roof of this thing. And as you guys start to fly by, you guys see these things just go and threaten to smash you into smithereens. These very thick they're creatures, and they almost burrow into the earth as they slam around you. Cornelia, give me a dexterity saving throw as you try and try and dodge through this.
Damn it.
One time you roll bad.
It ends up being 8, but I did get a natural 1.
But an 8?
Yeah.
So Cornelia, you guys see Cornelia and Kelwise make it most of the way there when whack, they're knocked out of the air by this massive, almost, it looks almost like a clamshell, but a pointed one, and smashes into them.
Is it coming out of a pipe?
You both take 2 points of damage as this thing kind of hits you and cuts, and you guys smash against the ground on the other side of this big kind of long entryway, this paved stone entryway. And at one time, this place must have been an immaculate, beautiful castle that you can see someone had taken great pains to make masterful masonry and stonework, but through years and years and years of neglect has kind of rotted away and crumbled down. You guys fall, and as you fall, a bunch of those little imps kind of turn towards you. You guys make it through the area. There's no more clams above you because you make it to this big kind of entryway. These 2 double doors that head into the castle itself, into that great hall of Vrag's castle. But some imps do turn your way as you come through, and they turn around and they start to pursue the 2 of you. Cornelia, Trust. You're on the back of this thing. It's kind of wrestling as big monsters do with its equal counterpart. What are you doing?
It's still wrestling with the other one?
Yes.
That's what you're saying? Okay. Well, okay. And we don't see any other enemies yet. Just the beetle things and the other chimera. No other enemies have come into focus.
No, other than the things that were falling from the ceiling.
Okay, so then I'm going to try casting dancing lights in front of its face.
Okay.
To try and lead it forward and
roll me a performance check.
Sure.
You're trying to lead the chimera that you're riding?
Yeah, like
okay.
Into the fray, away from the other one. Trying
Away
to
from the
figure,
oh, okay.
trying to use this as like a way to steer because I figure I'm too small. I'm not going to be able to like, hiya! You know,
Okay,
it's not
cool,
going to
cool,
feel
cool.
me.
Perfect.
So I want to see if the dancing lights can, hoobop duada. It says 16.
16. So just like a laser pointer can be your best friend, the dancing lights instantly catch this. At least the lion head and the goat head instantly are like looking at this thing. The snake head more concerned with the giant other chimera trying to rip its head off. But as you know, the lion and the goat head are the two weightier heads on this thing that kind of steer it to the left or the right. And it moves basically wherever you want it to move. Where are you trying to send this thing?
Into the front, like through the gate.
Okay,
Into
so you
the
start
battle.
Sending it through the gate.
I just leave. I'm just like,
It
bye
just
guys,
starts
I gotta go here.
bouncing, and
Peace.
just you guys see little imps and creatures just kind of just flying up and up. The other chimera though gives chase and tries to attack and pounce upon you as you try and leave.
Yeah.
1. It jumps, and as it jumps, a beetle hits it right in the face, and the other one doesn't quite make it. It starts whipping around. All three of those heads just start to gnaw and grab at the imps and the beetles in the area angrily, just tearing apart anything. Oleos, you keep Oleos just getting torn to pieces, flying
Love that.
around.
Oh, no,
Their
not
pointed
that. Poor Oleos.
sticks, kind of going flying, and in just a few of the nearby Eddard's End citizens just smashed or massacred. This is the kind of the beginning as they are all kind of linking up into this big battle. You start to see just viscera and blood and screaming, blood-curdling screams as people and loved ones are starting to get irreparably damaged. But trust, you managed to ride through. Are you going to try and ride up to where Kelwise and Cornelia are?
They're in front of me? I'm so confused. I thought
Yeah, Kelwise and Cornelia had already gone through the gate, and they landed basically in the front of the castle. They could just jump into the castle if they wanted at this point.
Yeah, I'll go meet up with them. Team
right.
Tiny!
Roll a dexterity saving throw as you start to run through more of those sharp, almost drill-looking clamshells start to rain down upon you.
Oh, Lord. Oh! 19!
19.
Hey.
Perfect. You and the Chimera managed to just dodge left and right. It seems like the Chimera is used to this. And you guys land poof, right in front, crushing any of those that would have kind of threatened Kelwise and Cornelia.
Oh, yeah.
The two of you kind of just look up and you see Trust right there in front of you, riding a Chimera. This brings us to
10 out of 10 on the landing.
Steve.
Yes.
You see all that kind of happen in front of you, but you're still in the back ranks. What are you doing?
Exactly. I have no idea how to really get in there. Okay. What does it look like the people of Eddard's End? Are they roughly collected into a similar spot, or are they more kind of spread out?
Yeah, they seem to be following Julissa. Julissa, as you guys remember, the leader of Eddard's End, a large, stout turtle woman with big armor and a huge sword. She is just slashing through, and she seems to be piercing through and leading a group of the Eddard's End on the right-hand side, where all the Oleos are kind of just all over the place going crazy. It seems like she's trying to, like a spearhead, kind of push her way through on one end and get through the gate before it breaks, or before the gates close. And it seems like she's making pretty good headway, using her shell to just kind of shove her way and her weight through this sea of things. But you do see, small little claws are starting to just claw at her face and her legs and her arms and everyone on the outer end of this spear tip.
Okay, so I'm gonna take Rezik, and we're gonna go and try to help support the Phalanx here and pick off anybody who's like trying to break that integrity. So I'm gonna get up as close as I can to Julissa and provide support.
Okay. So you run up to the front, the very tip of the spear, and you got your guns ready. Roll me 2 attacks.
2 attacks, you got it. I'm gonna use you guys. Okay, that is a. Both are 15 plus 7, so that's a 22 for both.
7. My God, you guys have gotten just out of hand. 22. They both hit.
Awesome. Rolling damage. It's 5 and 3. Okay. So 9 for one and 7 for the other.
Okay. So Steve, jumping in and out any point where Julissa's not looking, basically covering her shell, as it were, just starts to shot after shot after shot starts to just push the tip of this spear, now moving much, much faster with his help. This whole group of Eddard's End citizens slowly moving through, but also threatening, starting to get encircled. Pup, you start to see the back of these this group of people. They turn, and the people in the back are now fighting off people here and there as they're pushing through, but they're now getting surrounded, kind of making it impossible to escape. But Steve, anything else you want to do?
Let's see. No, I think that just about ends my turn for now.
Okay. Kelwise, you had landed down. You have this big chimera in front of you. These kind of fancy-looking, albeit old, ornate doors kind of stand in front of you. More, these doors are large. They're wooden, but you start to see crafts, almost elven-looking. You've seen the elven script quite a bit. They almost look like elven, although they've just been damaged so much. It would be impossible to tell, but it looks like there was some kind of ornate design and script on these big wooden doors that stand before you, with huge, like, handles that are basically, maybe just over your head's level to even pull. These rings that are maybe a foot in diameter.
Okay, and this is a still closed door, not the one which is then closing
you had
on
the
us.
gate.
Okay.
You had the gate that was slowly closing. That was maybe 30 feet tall, and these doors are maybe 15 feet. They're still large, but these doors are just much more ornate, and these are the doors to that hall that they had talked about, the Great Hall of Rag's Keep.
Does it look like the doors open outward or inward?
Looks like they open inward, like you'd push to open them.
Oh, okay. Then what I'm gonna do is I want to like lean my back against the door and I want to sort of push, using my legs, sort of try to push the door open. But I also, I'm gonna shoot at the things above us too, the clam things as well. So I don't know if it's more pertinent to do that first or if it's better to take my movement first.
Okay, so you look up real quick, and there are thousands of those clam shells all over the ceiling, just hanging down.
Oh, okay.
And they have these tiny little legs. You can see the ones that have burrowed in the ground. They have these tiny, almost like crab legs sticking out, and they seem to be just moving slowly across the top of this thing. But there's thousands of them, like almost a sea of them, just kind of waving about.
Okay. Yeah, I was picturing it was like 4.
Oh yeah, so no, sorry.
I still want to shoot at them because maybe it'll scare them away from like being where they are.
Yeah. So take a shot.
And that's a 25.
25.
Oh man!
So you shoot,
All right.
poof, and those shells are incredibly hard. So your bullet ricochets off of one, but as it vibrates, you see all of them kind of just for a second kind of spread out to avoid any more impacts in that area right over. And so for those of you who haven't gone through, Steve and Pup and Rezik, you notice that there's well, you guys wouldn't see it from outside, but Kelwise, you would know that just for a slight bit, there's now a gap right above. So anyone who could run through soon could probably make it without having to dodge these massive clam drills. And then roll me a strength check as you start to push against this door.
Oh boy. 4.
4, okay. So
Yeah.
remember that. 4. So we got 4 strength pushing against the door. Rezik.
All right. Okay, so yeah, I just see this really epic battle start. Freaking Cornelia and Kelway start flying in the air and whacking down creatures. Truss is on the back of a giant beast and just starts going forward. And then Steve motions my way to go help the Eddard's End crew over there. So I head over there with him, and he fires off those shots. And I'm gonna also help this crew try to get further in by taking my hands together like this and just launching off a burning hand spell and trying to basically kind of like as a flamethrower, kind of just like back all the creatures away from us if possible.
Yeah, roll me an Arcana check.
Okay, you got it. All right, that is 21.
A 21. Yeah, Rezik, you jump into the front of this spear. You put your hands out and you start to just clear out. Just like 2 flamethrowers kind of spinning back and forth. Flames come out, and the light itself, it's not even the flames that scare them, it's the light. This place is very, very dark, and the light in here of those flames kind of ignites a beacon on this battlefield as these flames start to spew forward. And you guys push forward all the way to the gate. You guys make it basically right up to where the gates, the posts of the gate would close. You guys just need to get through now, kind of that past that courtyard. You guys have kind of pushed maybe past where most of the flood is happening, but a lot of that is kind of now behind you, and it's filling in the back. So it's gonna make it almost impossible at this point for any kind of retreat. Saved mostly too by the confusion of the Oleos. Also, just kind of every once in a while, you see an Oleo just kind of flipping around and stabbing and going crazy, and you just hear the screaming of times what 50, I think you had times 50, just all over the battlefield. Anything else, Rezik, you're gonna do?
I just want to add, like, as I'm like launching off this like flamethrower to help protect the villagers, like I look back and like Steve is just like has a serious face trying to like help these people, and I'm like looking at all these people that we're like helping right now. I'm just like, this is what it's all about. I love this. All right, let's keep going. Just keep pushing. So that's it.
And he has that look on his face, and he might have moved his lips, Steve, and you're just looking at him, but it's so loud right now as people are just dying around you. Who knows? Rezik could be reciting poetry. It's hard to tell. Meanwhile, Pup, what are you doing?
So I'm in the far back, right? Also, side note, this is what it's all about. People dying around me. Seeing all of my loved ones dying. It's all about.
Not the point.
I know.
Yeah,
I know.
okay, all right. Yeah. Okay.
But
my moment brought down. All right, go ahead. Sorry.
You're welcome. Got to help you. That I love. My turn. I'm in the back. He brought everyone to the front.
They've
so
been pushing
they're no
through.
longer being
They're
surrounded.
Well, they're not necessarily surrounded. The tip of the spear is starting to break through into that long courtyard. As you see, the men and women of Eddard's Ends, especially on the outside, slowly getting cut down by what seems just kind of like this endless flood of these things coming through. You see all that, and this a flood of these kind of beetle-like things kind of swooping down every once in a while, either grabbing someone or spearing straight through them and then lifting them up and taking them into the air. People just slowly getting grabbed here and there. And then you see that long courtyard where Kelwise, Cornelia, and Trust are way off in the front.
Got it. Yeah. I am going to just... I mean, if there's nothing really I could do for the people in the back without, like, getting myself in, I'm going to start just making my way towards the doors. But if I see any, like, bugs trying to, like, get people on my way, I want to bop them out of the air.
So there's a whole flood of these, like, imp creatures on the ground. Are you going to try and just run by them. You might they're so tightly packed. You might have to either imp surf, or you might have to literally fight your way through, which might take
I'll
a
imp
while.
surf, but I'll use my staff to whack-a-mole as I'm surfing. If that makes sense.
Okay. Yeah. Roll me a dex, an acrobatics check. Let's see if you can kind of run up to where Steve and Rezik are at the tip of that spear by just imp surfing around.
11.
An 11. You'd start to jump on these imps' head, and it's way harder than you had anticipated, considering they're not. It's not necessarily that they are good at dodging. It's just that they're not that strong. So as you start to step on their heads, they start to just give, and they start to fall over, and you kind of fall right in the middle of a large pack of these things. So you kind of run halfway to them, and then Steve, you and Rezik would see Pup kind of drop and slip down. These things aren't super tall. They're only like 2.5 feet tall, these imp things. So you can see Pup there, but now Pup's in the middle of these things, and you just see hundreds of these little claws start to move towards Pup. Pup, what are you doing?
I mean, are there any in range for me to bop?
I mean, they're
I
like
can't keep
right up.
going.
You've kind of just like imagine like a herd of we'll call it zombies, and you've kind of just fallen right into the middle of just a herd of them.
Don't like that.
No,
God.
don't like that. How's the lighting situation?
The light in here, it's pretty dark. It's pretty dim.
I got a flamethrower going.
Yeah,
Other than
which
the
is creating shadow.
flamethrower, well, the whole area is kind of dark and dim.
Dark?
Yeah.
Great.
The only
I'm
real
gonna-
light here is Rezik's, with the exception of like a red glow that's kind of coming off of the miasma outside. Rezik's fire is really the only thing kind of lighting up this battlefield.
Cool. The running across the top, the nymph surfing, was that just considered my movement, or was that my action?
Yeah, that would be your movement.
Okay, sick. In that case, I am going to just bop a couple next to me while I'm down there.
Okay.
Mhm.
All right, roll
Might as
a couple
well.
attacks.
22.
22. That hits.
Yeah. Great.
Roll some damage.
A 6.
A 6. So you kind of fall in, and you look, and one of these little imp creatures they just have their teeth are all crooked and jagged. It kind of looks up, like it doesn't really understand what's happening, and in that second you just kind of crack, and it never again will understand what's happening as he just crumples to the ground. Then what are you doing?
I'm gonna smack another one.
Okay, you smack another one. And then you just turn and send one, depending.
21.
A 21. And like, you smack one, and then almost like a golf swing, you just swing another, and you guys can hear this imp kind of go, as it goes flying up and over the battlefield, lands near the Chimera, and just gets torn asunder, smashed around and torn asunder in that giant ball. That Chimera is just kind of going nuts right now. What else you doing, Pup?
So those are my 2 attacks per action, and I'm going to say peace, and I'm gonna shadow step over to where Cornelia and them are.
Okay. Sure.
If possible.
So, yeah. So Pup kind of just poof, and kind of steps through the shadows, yeah, and leaves a little present
right.
behind. As you guys see, maybe 20 of those imp creatures jump and dive just as Pup disappears, and then like a mob land, almost like thousands of ants just kind of crawling all over one area, tearing, cutting, scything. You guys, Pup pops up right next to you guys, Kelwise, Cornelia, and Trust.
Hey.
At
How's
the
it going?
same time,
Oh, did you fart?
No.
you guys start to see you guys start to just see waves start to fly. One, and then a wave to the right. Something is chipping through this, and it's not hard to see because these creatures are small, and even the beetles swarming down. You guys just see Gongor, Herniax, and the Herniax isn't cutting with the blade. It's turned flat side like a shovel, or just whacking. It's like a cricket bat, just smashing things, and they're just flying out of the way. As you see Dresden and Eddard just kind of forcing their way through, just brutally forcing their way through. Oh my God, yeah, Nat 20. They literally just the two of them, such a force that you see the creature start to back away in fear, almost in awe. A lot of Eddard's just his massive shield and mallet are so big, they almost dwarf. Even the Chimera kind of backs away a little bit, stunned, as they kind of force their way through. Dresden and Eddard kind of take advantage of that gap Kelwise had given them, and they jump through. Eddard holding his shield up over the ceiling, trying to prevent any more of those beetle creatures from coming through, making a big barrier, as Dresden stands at the door just whacking at anything that comes close. Cornelia, you land, you make it, you're at the doorway right now. You've got Dresden and Eddard kind of holding your rear right now, as you see Kelwise kind of pushing the door.
You back up.
I'm gonna help. I'm gonna try to help push the door.
Okay, roll me a strength check.
Any toes?
It's 17.
17.
All right.
Okay, so we got a combined total of 21. Now pushing on the door, and you hear just the slightest as this door starts to slide back. Cornelia, one of the things you notice now you're turned around and you're pushing back is you hear like a whistling sound of sorts. And from the sides inside, it was impossible kind of to see, but from the sides you see a large number of reinforcements of imps starting to come from other sides of the castle, maybe a courtyard or something outside. But you start to see hundreds more. They're starting to slowly swarm in to where you guys are inside this barrier. As you start pushing on the door, Trust, you're up there with the cat, the Chimera. I call it a cat, but it's a cat goat snake.
Yes, I am.
Cat goat snake.
I will turn it around to be facing the onslaught of the coming beetles that you say are coming towards us.
Yeah.
And then how wide is the door that they're pushing on?
It's 15 feet tall and maybe 10 feet across.
Okay.
It's a big double door.
I am going to how much space is it? So is it like with a door?
What are you trying to do?
I'm trying to understand if we're protected a little bit by like how the castle is shaped. Like, is there like an enclave, or is it just like all?
Yeah,
flat?
there is a little bit. There is a little bit of enclave in where Kelwise and Cornelia are. They're kind of covered over the top just by a little bit, and then Eddard is standing just outside of that with his shield up, which is providing even more cover, at least from the air. And then Dresden is on the ground, just making these giant sweeping motions, kind of clearing out an even bigger area. So you guys have a little area where you have like mostly like the sides covered and your back covered with a door.
Okay, so if I spin us around and cast a bubble of darkness around the beetles coming in, but I don't want to get any of us in it. I just kind of want to create this like black hole of confusion to make it even harder for them to know where we are to come at us.
Okay. Yeah.
Or does that not make sense? Because there's like an exposed left and an exposed right. Like that's what I'm trying to understand.
Well, where Eddard and Dresden are, they're exposed to the left and right, while Eddard is kind of taking the left, Dresden taking the right, and Eddard's shield is up. That would probably be the best place to put that to keep them from coming out, but you can call out to them, and they can do what they want. So yeah, if you put
I'll let them know
drop
that
a
I'm
little
doing
darkness orb right there, it would kind of completely conceal this entryway where you're at right now.
That's what I would like to do.
Okay, so Trust, what does it look like when you cast the darkness?
It looks like me. Let's see, my like bright eyes go dark, and then just like inky black comes from like my horns and my fingertips, and just like and forms like swirls around into a sphere until it like solidifies into darkness.
And this orb just appears. You hear some grumbling from Dresden in his true fashion. And Rezik, you see this. You see this amazing feat of chaotic magic, right? And you know this is what it's all about. That's Trust. Steve,
Hi.
you, Rezik, and Julissa, I suppose, and all of them. You see this kind of bastion of Eddard and Dresden holding the fort with this chimera kind of in there as well, and then you see this big orb of darkness, complete pitch dark, just appear in front. Rezik, you know exactly what this is. You've seen it before. But Steve, you and Rezik, you guys are kind of in the same spots. We'll just have you guys go simultaneously. What are you guys doing?
I think we're just gonna try to keep push. How much farther do we have to go to catch up with everybody else?
You could make it this turn if you're trying to try and clear the
alleyway.
alleyway.
Let's keep pushing then to group up.
Okay, and you've got Julissa and the rest with you. Are you guys gonna do? Are you guys leading the charge through this courtyard?
Yeah, I'm down if you are.
Okay.
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's do it.
Julissa, you and whoever is left of the Eddard's End folk, which seems like it's kind of winded down more than you'd expect. A lot of these guys just weren't combatants, and as you kind of look back upon the battlefield, you see some people there's just mobs of these imps, just piles and piles and piles, and you know what's under those piles is just people getting probably long dead, just getting slashed and torn to pieces. But this is what they signed up for. This is what you all signed up for. As you and the remaining Eddard's End folks start to charge. Steve, what's up?
Is the little girl that I gave my whip to still alive? That's all I care about.
Just gonna say, yeah. Right behind Julissa, staying close, you see the girl with that whip, just kind of freaked out of her mind. Sane for now, but good, even though your guys' nerves are all over the place as well, so you see her just kind of any chance she gets, sometimes getting dangerously close to you guys, but
Okay, I just wanted to be sure.
Yeah, so you guys start to charge through. Both you guys make a dexterity saving throw with advantage as these things they're not in position to fall, but you see their legs start to shoot out as they try and launch down at you. Julissa dodges. The whip girl manages. None of them even come close to her. What'd you guys get?
I got a natural 20 for a total of 24.
24. Steve manages to make it through.
I got a dirty 20.
A dirty 20. And Rezik, you also, you guys all start to run through, and as you guys start to run, those of you on the outside can just hear it as you guys pierce through that darkness and pop out on the other side. And right as you do, you guys just see Dresden ready, just, and then, oh, all right. But you do hear some screaming from behind as you hear people getting hit by these large drill-like creatures, limbs coming off, people just laying there, shouting, screaming. It's just, war is horrific on so many levels. You guys make it to the door. You see Cornelia and Cornelia and Kelwise pushing against the door. Kelwise, are you continuing to just help with the door?
Yeah, yeah. I'll push more.
Stephen Rezik, Julissa joins you.
Can I roll a higher number?
Yeah, because he's not shooting anymore.
Unfortunately, you've got a 4. I
can't lean off and then hit it harder and just put a little more back into it.
Unfortunately,
put some more back.
You are at a linchpin spot, a much harder spot. So the strength that you're lending, but Julissa lends another 15 points of strength. Pup, we come to you. Rezik as well. Oh no, Rezik, you and Steve. Never mind. You guys bolted through. Sorry, Rezik, Steve. Was there anything else you guys wanted to do? You guys just
Can we add our strength to pushing the door as well?
Sure, absolutely.
Cool.
Roll a strength. Pup.
I would also like to roll strength.
Roll a strength check.
Ooh, okay. That's a 19.
Hey, 19.
19. And Pup?
Or
Oh
no.
Well, we only needed 2 more as
so
the
many
door.
times
See, you pushed us over the hill.
Whoa, Pup,
The door opens
by myself.
with this loud, echoing. You hear that? Inside, pure pitch darkness. You hear from inside. Look at more food, come. What are you guys doing?
What are we seeing?
Not going in that
You
door.
see almost
Dang,
nothing.
just
It's
outside
dim
the door.
outside. The darkness globe has kind of cut off any light from the outside, and this door opens, and just with the tiniest hints of vision you guys have, this place is absolutely pitch dark.
Well, are my dancing lights still on?
Yes. So you can send them in there if you'd like.
I'll send them
and those
in.
of you with dark vision, you guys can see just inside. It looks like this very expansive hall, and then your vision cuts off before you see really anything.
I'll move them in to the before
The
we.
dancing lights flood into this place, and they just, despite their luminosity, there's not very much like. It's like a tiny flashlight trying to light up the entire Grand Canyon. It is just a drop of light in this massive hall. Behind you, you see Eddard take his shield, Gongor, plant it down in the ground, and keep swerving. He puts his other hand that he was holding the shield onto Dresden, and you see them start to meld. They start to grow together as you see Eddard take one more look at all of you, nods, and then and you see that
Disappear?
crystal all around fall to the ground, and then almost like an Iron Man just as you see Dresden's body just start to expand and grow massive. Dresden grabs Gongor and Mallet, holding it, looks back at you guys, slams that gong. This giant explosion of sound sends you all inside. And it seems like he's got a better grasp on how this thing. Rezik, you were close. You went deaf from this thing before. This is not at all.
Don't you dare deafen me again. Don't you dare deafen me again.
This is not at all
Who's coming?
the massive untapped power. It seems like Gongor and Mallet have levels. They're like an onion. They have layers. and it's light enough to send you
Like an
guys
ogre.
inside the Eddard's End, and Julissa as well. You guys go flying into this thing, and Dresden, as this now massive crystalline, almost a golem creature, looks at all of you, grabs those doors, closes them behind you, staying outside, and you hear every once in a while just this as Dresden just starts to smash Gongor and any unfortunate thing with ears nearby. But these doors close, and the only thing inside here are these dancing lights. You see this old crumpled carpet. The stone here is almost slick with what looks like an oil or grime, just dirt and wear. And you hear kind of off in the distance, in the far northern distance, you just hear someone, and you hear tearing of flesh and then a bone crack. More food. They came, more food for me. I just
You need to sneak.
Oh no.
Well,
Looking on the bone
his
there.
own creations finally killed him.
Yeah, did Craig
sounds
just
like-
choke to death?
Sounds
Are we good
exactly
now?
like the frog hunters and Princess and the Frog.
Yes.
I got him, Pa! Got him!
You shot up 2 fingers.
You hear that off in the distance, and a small purple light starts to appear before you. And it starts to take shape, similar to those dancing lights. It's more just the outline of a shape. And that creature you had seen in Eddard's End, who called himself Vrag, who had spoken to you as Dresden had come, this creature, very regal looking with large black wings, an apparition, a projection of himself stands before you. And you see a little smirk on his face as Vrag, a small fraction of Vrag, stares down at you. And then poof, he disappears. And you hear something like a footstep, although it's like a deep, deep, deep drum that almost shakes the very castle walls themselves. As lights start to light on the wall, going down this massive, massive hall. As we all look here, if you'll move to Roll20 or look on Twitch, you see this entryway as you stand there. You have, surprisingly, Captain Dick Waylander has made it in front. The 6 of you have made it. Julissa here, and what's left of the recruits, looking worse for wear. And you look, and the ground is sticky, and it's almost oily, and it looks like there's just blood. And you look down this massive passageway, and you see a creature here. This creature may be 20 feet tall. He's just got this massive ram's head as a helmet, wings, and he's holding this table, this massive table in his hands. He looks at you, breaks off another bone. Can I have them? Behind him, you see another creature, like a giant spider with the upper torso of a woman, almost an elven woman. Behind her, another woman, half snake, half woman, with 6 arms and 6 blades fanned out behind her. And even behind them, hundreds of feet away, you see a creature where the light almost seems to get sucked in shrouded in darkness, you see a creature very similar to the creature that Dick Waylander had described, with these 4 arms, 2 of which large pincers that almost look like scissors of sorts coming out of the top end of his back. And he just kind of sits very casually, holding a goblet in his hand. And none of them move, with the exception of just that the sound of the chewing and the munching. And you also see these tiny little creatures, smaller than the imps, just these tiny little things running around. They just kind of scurry all around. Some of them are just peeing in corners, some of them are eating, some of them are just chewing on bones and such. It's quite grotesque, and the smell in this place is staggering. It smells like rotten death everywhere in here. Bobby, what's up?
I think we might need a new link to Roll20, because ours is showing the lava, map.
Well, I didn't move you over, so how about that?
Oh, there we go. Okay, thank you.
This is what you see in front of you.
Gross. Okay, cool.
And and behind all of this, you see a large staircase leading up to a second level up top. You can't really see what's up top there because it's maybe 15 or so feet up on the back, but that's what you see. And then kind of behind that door he had talked about, that locked door that Dick Waylander had been to in Vrag's inner sanctum.
And by the way, when the lights kind of all like pop on, I'm gonna try to step in front of Cornelia so she's not visible right now, and just be like, "It might be time to be sneaky."
Yeah, it was.
Maybe.
Oh,
was
wait.
kind of-
Am I still high? Sorry.
Yeah, like you
I
still
just
feeling,
realized
you're still
I
feeling,
looked a frog.
You're still feeling good. You're still
Okay.
feeling great. In here, this seems to be like a very, very like rainbow lit stratosphere of bright colors. For the most part, you still have your wits around you, but it seems like the Crimson Madness isn't present here. It seems like the Crimson Madness all around, but not in here.
I wanted to just take the opportunity, if I'm kind of hidden, to cast invisibility on myself. And I'm gonna just keep do we see where the heart is, or where another door might be, where it's...
I mean, there's a door way off in the back, up those stairs, way in the back behind where the creature he had said Snazbeesh, the leader general. There's a
Are we still in
big
initiative
iron
order?
door. Not right now. No.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna cast invisibility on
Okay.
myself.
And you know that like you guys had been thrust into this place, right? And then pre-darkness, like they had kind of all been watching you. So casting invisibility now, you could still cast it. Obviously, there's a lot of you, right?
Yeah,
But you might want to like maybe hide behind some of these people before you cast it.
Yeah, so that's what I imagined. So like if Rezik just stepped in front of me, I'm just gonna try to do like a little turn and maybe get like behind just a good amount of body to,
Okay. So
where
you kind
no
of
one sees me and then cast it.
blend. Roll me a stealth check first. You blend into the crowd using Rezik as kind of a shield.
Did
So
I
that's
cast Pass Without a Trace?
What?
I don't remember if I had cast Pass Without a Trace on
You
it.
had.
What did I have?
Yeah. Before we like got to the gates, you cast it. That was part of the plan.
Yeah, so you have a +10.
Oh wow. So that's a stealth check.
Yeah.
So I rolled a 34.
34. Okay. So you kind of
Does that help? Does
hide
that
behind them, and then you cast invisibility, and poof.
High score. What does that
disappear.
mean? That I win? Or...
All right, and I'm just going to try to just be as quiet as possible, and just see what happens if we're all gonna attack or if we're going stealth mission. Yeah.
I very clearly remember thinking we can't fight these guys directly. We're gonna need something to go around them or outsmart them.
Yeah.
Yeah, we need to get the key from Snazbeesh.
Yeah, and we're gonna need to, I don't know, bide some time until then. Find some time, perhaps.
Yeah, I'm just kind of waiting for a moment to just sort of like start sneaking over there. Because the plan was for me to grab the key, and if that fails, I'm gonna try to pick the lock, basically, is my mission.
Your categories.
Yeah, he likes that idea. Did it work?
And you hear
Very annoying.
that big ogre, lumbering ogre creature looks up to Snazbeesh, holding his goblet. And you see him kind of... And the ogre turns to you, and you see this big, grotesque smile under that helmet as he starts to lumber slowly towards you. More food, more food! All the snacks are mine! Everyone roll initiative.
Dickie.
Yeah. Ooh,
Bobby, what
okay.
did you just say?
The one closest
Dickie.
to us is the one talking who
Dickie.
just said that? The red guy with the wings on the map?
Yes.
That's who sounds like that? All right.
Mm-hmm. That's who sounds
That's
like
who we're
that?
killing first.
It's a 21 for me.
11.
14.
18.
Trust.
It's just initiative, Kate. It's just initiative.
Oh my
Did you
God.
get another nat one?
No. I got a 2.
Hey, it's
Oh.
an improvement.
So what'd you get
No,
total?
5.
A 5.
Yeah, I got an 8.
An 8.
I can't find any of my Bobby dice. Maybe that's why. Maybe I need Bobby dice.
Oh yeah, for you they're actually
They're good.
okay.
They're always good.
For everybody else, not so much.
I think
No,
they're my
mine are
living
good.
room. So I've been using them to
And,
fight a shortage.
Let's see here. What did he get? He got a... Oops. Okay. Okay. Kelwise. The ground starts to shake as this massive, just slab of flesh, grotesque flesh covered in sores and in small little what look like bugs just kind of crawling all over his body. He pulls this table, rips it apart, using the table itself as a club, and the table was made for a giant. So this club, massive in his hand, starts to slowly lumber on towards you. You react first. What are you doing?
Yeah. I'm gonna tell everyone. I'm gonna kind of keep it under my breath. Don't walk straight forward, any of you. Go to the sides, and I'm gonna cast Spike Growth in front of me.
Okay.
Which basically creates a 20-foot
done.
radius growth of spikes, camouflaged to look natural.
Very nice.
Okay.
Very nice.
So you create this pit. Where are you putting this pit? Right, kind of right in front of the group.
I'm putting it in front of us and basically in between where he is and where we are.
Okay.
That's the most.
Sounds
I know
good.
there's like a huge amount of space there.
No.
So
But yeah. So you put it kind of in the front, and you tell no one to go forward. At the same time, you see Snazbeesh just goes back to eating. The other two, the snake woman with 6 arms and the spider woman, they just go back to eating, as if nothing. As if this is already a predetermined outcome. And very surprisingly quick, this guy jumps with his wings, lunges forward at all of you, and the very wind in this place starts to tremble as he comes smashing towards you. He can go 40, 45. He can only make it to right here as his wings just propel him forward. Club held high, lands on that spike growth. What is the spike growth?
Spike growth. Basically, he takes 2d4 piercing for every 5 feet he travels through it.
Okay, and it's 20 foot long.
Uh-huh.
So that's four. So basically 4 times. So 4 times 2d8 or 2d4, right? So 8d4. So roll 8d4 types of damage as he just tramples through it. Tramples. That's a new word. Tramples through it. Seemingly not to care. Just you start to see blood start to well up on his feet as things on his body start to pop and explode, and almost gas starts to come out of his wounds as he just happily, and it almost seems like he's got joy in his heart as he just kind of starts trouncing through towards you guys.
He takes 19 damage.
19 damage.
Ooh.
And you said it's
All
piercing
right.
damage?
It's 19 piercing damage.
Okay.
Really good.
Uh,
Unfortunately, he's crazy.
and he yells out, "I am Doom!" And next, Steve, you react.
Oh shit. Okay. I'm gonna move to as close as I can get to one of let's say the pillar on the left to get some cover. That's for my
10,
movement.
15, 20, 25, 30. Okay.
Wonderful. And I'm gonna start taking some shots. I got 2 attacks, so I'm gonna use them.
Okay.
Okay, so the first attack is ooh, that's an 18 plus 7, so 25.
25 hits.
Cool. And then I'm gonna do a second attack, so I'm gonna like fan fire, and that's gonna be a 13 plus 7, which is dirty 20.
Dirty 20 hits.
Okay. Awesome.
Roll some damage.
Great. So that's a 9 and an 8 plus 4, so 12 and 13.
12 and 13, 25.
Piercing damage on both.
This is some good damage.
12,
This is pretty good.
9. And you see those bullets
19 and
the
then
bullets
21. Dude.
into his fleshy body as his whole body starts to ripple. And you hear just popping sounds as they hit his body, and you start to see like this yellowish green pus mixed with this blackish Icarus blood start to just flow out of his body, and almost this green steam, almost this stench. You guys can immediately start to smell something about this guy. It's like he's rotten inside. And he starts to giggle as you shoot him.
I'm gonna yell probably to stay away from that yellow goo or whatever it is. I wouldn't go near it.
Cornelia, you're invisible. What are you doing?
I am going to be using my action, movement, and bonus action to just kind of follow where Steve is going to the left here, and then
Okay, so like
just make my way
75
along that
feet.
side there, yeah.
Okay, so 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70, 75. Oh, right up to him. So you can kind of sneak right up to him.
Okay, cool, because I was a little bit farther. Okay, perfect.
You're over
I'm going to just hang out there for a moment.
Okay.
Yeah.
Trust.
User. Okay, well, I'm gonna go to the side like Hellwise said.
Which side? Left side or right side?
Well, I'm already on the left side, so I don't move very fast. So I'm gonna go to the left as well.
Okay. 25 feet.
25 of the feet. Can I go a little diagonally just to get a little?
Right here?
Yeah.
Sure.
And then I will cast. If I cast invisibility on myself and they see it, they'll know I'm invisible, but they won't necessarily know where I am after I start moving again, right? Or does that
Correct.
spell not? Okay. So then, oh wait, actually, what I would like to do is, your man is closest to us. I would cast True Strike at your man in front of, bounding towards us. I just want to get that info from him.
True Strike.
Yes.
I
Your magic grants you brief insight into the target's defenses. On your next turn, you gain advantage on your first attack roll against the target.
Yeah, I believe you cast that on yourself, right?
Point a finger at a target in range. Is he 30? Oh, he might not be 30 feet.
Target. Oh, yeah. You know, you do cast it on the person. You're right.
Oh, never mind. I'm not close enough yet. God, this room is huge.
You can hold an action.
Okay.
And when he comes within 30 feet, you could cast True Strike on him.
Okay, I'll do that.
Okay. So you get ready to True Strike as he's just coming barreling down.
Yeah. How long? Hold on. How long do dancing lights last?
Like 10 minutes, I believe.
Okay, so do I still have them? I don't know how much time has passed.
Yeah, the dancing lights are still up.
Wait, am I not still on my chimera? Did that disappear?
The Chimera, as the gong smashed, I forgot about that. As the gong smashed, you were thrown inside. The Chimera stayed outside to help Dresden.
Stupid Jaymes. All right. So yeah, then I will hold that, and then my dancing lights.
Roll.
I'll
An odd, it came in with you. An even, it stayed outside.
Am I rolling or are you rolling? You're rolling. Okay.
Unfortunately, it stayed outside.
Whatever. Okay. So I'll take the dancing lights, very discreetly. Like I'm not I'm not like doing this because I can use my bonus action to move them again. So I'm just kind of like mentally using them. I want to kind of have them fly around this guy's face to see if he gets distracted, because he seems like he might be the type to get distracted.
Okay. You start swirling them around in his face. He doesn't even seem to notice them.
Damn it. Okay.
Yeah, he just keeps trouncing forward, but they did kind of like in front of his eyes a little bit. And
Maybe
it was
he's
a valiant
seeing
effort.
double. Okay, great.
Yeah. Everyone else, Julissa yells out to everyone, "Prepare! Incoming!" As she kind of moves off to the right side, and her whole group they get ready for this charging mass that's coming. They kind of just get ready for a charge. Julissa's in front. And they all just kind of take defensive stances. Rezik.
Right. So I will. Crazy. I am going to tug on my Oki Kanuka earring and start to be surrounded by butterflies and start flying up in the air. And I'm going to try to get hover over. I'm going to get 60 feet up and hover over this guy and just kind of.
Okay.
Hey, fresh meat over here. Hey, tender right here, tender meat.
You notice as you fly up into the air, this sanctum is massive. It's maybe 80 feet to the ceiling. So you're gonna fly above him and try and distract him?
Yeah, I'll just fly 60 feet up and a little bit like kind of like towards, and then I'm just gonna try to like kind of be flying around and being like, "Get your meat right here, USDA premium meat right here."
Okay. Roll a performance check.
Okay.
To try and distract him.
Go it. Performance. Okay, so that is a 16.
You catch his attention. Definitely. He starts to look up at you. Oh, there's a fly! There's a fly! And you see him, Rezik, to your dismay. A big grin on his face as he takes that leg and just starts to wind up as he's about to launch this massive club in your direction.
Tight.
Pup. It's your turn.
I was just waiting. I was waiting for like you looked like you were gonna say something. I was like,
Oh, I'm sorry. No.
Oh, pup. Okay.
Pup
Anyways,
knows
it's
what's
my
up.
turn. It's just the big dude in front of us, yeah?
Yeah. This is massive.
Oh, yeah.
Massive creature
Yeah.
full of pustules
Where
and
am I?
bugs and such.
How far can I move? I can move 45. I can get to him. I want to go bop him. Oh, bop him up a little bit.
Okay.
You don't think so? I mean, I know there's like the yellow acid, but how much yellow acid is there? Be honest.
Don't go straight. Spikes.
There's-
spikes in front of you.
Oh. Right. How big is the spike stuff?
It's 20-foot radius,
It's a 20
so
foot
40
radius, so
diameter.
it's 40 feet. He's gone basically halfway through it. So the other half, kind of 20
Wait.
feet here, is
Can I bonus action shadow step flank to have advantage?
flank.
Yep.
You want to go under him?
Isn't flanking like when you're on the direct opposite side of someone else who's in range?
Rezik's flying above him.
Yeah, so I'd be on the floor on the opposite side. No, is that not still?
That's what I was asking. Underneath him?
Is Rezik literally directly on top of him?
Yeah, he's right above him, trying to like fly around and
Oh,
catch his
okay.
attention.
Got it. Yeah. I'm
I mean, yeah,
gonna
absolutely.
play some pinata with his.
And there are
needle
spikes down there, so you're gonna take. If you land under there, you'd take the 2d8 or 2d4 damage
from.
from the spikes that are on the ground.
Yes, they're invisible spikes.
Am I crazy for
and-
how far away he is from me?
He's like 40 feet away from you.
Oh,
And
so
he's, like,
in the spike.
He made a
Alright.
big spike track, and he just kind of walks straight into the spike trap.
Got it.
Trampled all over it.
It also makes it difficult terrain, so
Keep that
Yeah,
in
maybe
mind.
make a
Keep in
visual.
mind.
Maybe make it like a visual.
Yeah,
A visual.
Yeah, I need a visual because like
yeah. Can we have a
I'm
big circle?
dumb.
Oh yeah, do the circle.
We get a big circle.
There we go.
Come on.
Yeah.
There you
And it's
go.
difficult
oval,
terrain
but-
too,
okay.
James.
Yeah.
But I still think so. Like, was Pup trying to say like they want to go to the top, the topmost left corner, on the left side of that wing over
Yeah.
there?
That was
Try to
my
like kind of be like flanking.
my thought.
Yeah, Rezik's kind of above him.
Is that too
floating
far?
Around.
Okay.
I mean, I would put him here, but then I would lose his token. That's the only problem. I just lose his token if he was like right
Did
on
you put
top.
him on a
of
layer above? No.
Well, no, he
I
doesn't.
could.
So she doesn't want to have me on top of
To the
Pup.
front.
She wants to
There you
have
go.
Pup on the top
mean-
left corner of the
Yeah,
monster.
I know that. It's just
Okay.
you're misrepresented right now because you're flying above
Yeah, I was
his head.
confused.
Yeah.
Where you
You're
were.
essentially right there.
it.
For
Okay.
all intents and
That
purposes.
ruins my whole plan.
But you could be underneath, and you would probably still get.
But
the
then
flanking
still take the
bonus.
spike damage, so
You'd take
maybe not so much.
2d4 spike damage for being down there.
Unless
Unless you want it to be real risky and try and land on his foot.
on him.
Or on him.
I'm gonna land on top of his head.
Hey, fucking epic. Let's do it.
Yeah.
Let's
It's
fucking
dark
go.
enough in there for me to and land on top of his head.
Yeah. There's a whole wave of torches that have lit up, but they're barely kind of giving a. It's still kind of a dim atmosphere in
dim.
here. Yeah.
Just a little poop nugget left behind every time.
It's just because I don't know how to control it yet. I'll be better. I swear. Yeah, right now it leaves a little rancid aftermath. Yeah, I'm gonna. I want to shadow step on top of his head and bop him.
Okay. You shadow step
Go. Let's do
on
it.
top of his head.
Wait,
And the
wait.
first thing-
Shadow step?
Yikes.
Oh, I get it. Took me. Woo!
You short step
Oh
on
my
top
goodness.
of his head, and the first thing that you notice, especially with your increased sense of smell, is this guy smells so rancid and so disgusting that it almost makes you sick. Roll me a Constitution saving throw.
This is worse than me. Oh god. Con what? Save?
Con saving throw, yeah.
18.
An 18. You manage to keep yourself from being sickened, but oh my gosh, everything you would eat is kind of coming up, and then it goes down, and then coming up again. It's just right there. But you managed to
oddly
shadow
nice.
step on top of his face.
Honey part 2. Oh, honey part 3.
Oh, yeah.
Bah.
You're gonna attack? Okay, roll an attack.
I mean, I'm on top of his head. So, like, an 11 hits, right?
An 11.
And don't forget, you do have
managed
Bardic
to-
Inspiration,
you
but it might be
managed-
too early for that. It's up to you.
managed to
Just putting it
hit
out
him
there.
on the head, but that skull he's wearing, whatever animal and creature, it looks like either a massive goat, but much larger. That skull itself is just so thick. You smack it, and it bounces off harmlessly.
Great. Okay, well,
Great.
I'm gonna try again.
Okay.
Ooh, better, 19.
A 19.
Nice.
You find a fleshy bit not covered in skull, and you strike there instead.
A nice fleshy bait.
And then I'm gonna use lightning damage as well, which it's been a while.
Yeah.
Okay.
So adds a d4.
God, love that lightning staff. So freaking
Yeah,
cool.
Me too.
I want it.
9 damage.
9 damage. Okay, so you it's 9 total.
Yeah.
Okay, so you smack him, and then a lightning spark goes off, and his body, like where the lightning struck, seems to sear instantly, and this burned smell, acrid, just starts to go through, and it doesn't even seem like he notices. Nothing about him, not even a twitch of his eyes as he's staring straight up. You are on his face, and he seems to be staring straight through you. He's got his club cocked and ready to just launch at flying Rezek above his head.
I wave at Rezek. He smells disgusting.
I'm
Dick
sure.
Waylander,
I can smell it from here.
runs 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Runs over here. He's got weapons all ready. A small lantern in one hand, a sword in the other, and a couple of daggers in his others. All of his arms kind of occupied, and you see him just kind of wide-eyed, like seems scared out of his head. And just behind you, outside the door, you hear a boom, as you can hear Dresden still outside, just holding the doorway as you guys are pressing through into this inner sanctum. And it's a familiar, almost different kind of a deep booming sound. As Rezek, you would recognize this as some of your energy and your power as this fireball goes off, exploding all around outside, and you can just hear chaos and screaming as these imps outside are having probably the worst day of their life. Meanwhile, inside, you guys rage on. Kelwise, the spike trap in front of you doing its job, but you see this guy's ready to just launch something at Rezek. What are you doing?
Yeah. Can I think I ended up with the bagpipes, right? Does anyone else remember that? I wanted to start playing the bagpipes.
Okay. So the bagpipes. And Kelwise, whoof, you disappear.
Yeah. And I'm just going to move to the right my 25 feet that I can.
20, 25, like right here?
Yeah,
Did you listen?
somewhere around
Okay.
there.
You move over to there. Weird sounds just start echoing throughout this chamber. You notice you catch the eye of the two on the left or the right, kind of just looking, that spider and the snake woman, looking to see what is making just such a beautiful cultured
good.
tone.
I'm glad they think it's beautiful, really.
And you guys hear, and Pup, you feel it vibrate through your body as this creature yells, doom, doom, kaboom, and whoa. And despite this guy being so big and so lumbering, he moves with lightning speed. This guy is so strong as this club, and you guys watching, this club, like a rocket, just smashes against the ceiling. Almost the instant leaves his hand, flying towards Rezik in the air. And Rezik, what's your AC?
My AC is 15.
Oh, 14 as this thing smashes into the ceiling. This wooden rod about halfway through the stone itself, cracking. And Rezik, you almost feel like your body has been burned by the force, the friction of this thing flying by. As you hear him, ha ha ha, I almost get you, little fly. I almost get you.
You sure did.
Oh, who are you? And Pup, you see this hand come flying towards your body. He attempts to grab you. Roll a acrobatics check against his athletics.
Sure.
He gets a 25.
Got a 24.
Oh,
Hey.
24. You see this
Nice.
giant
Not
hand
a.
come, and Pup almost grabs out of the way. Pup, he grabs you just by one leg, picks you up, and then
Oh, darn it. Sorry.
slams you down against the
I don't
ground.
know why.
You really are excited about your friends dying.
I heard 21. I don't know why.
Wow,
Hey.
Bobby, wow.
And Pup, you take 10 points of bludgeoning damage as he just smashes you against the ground, and then slowly starts to get up and picks you, holds you up, and you guys all see holding Pup by one leg, gets ready to just continue smashing and smashing and
Oh my
smashing.
god, he's Hulk
Steve, you see this.
me.
I'm so glad you said it. I'm ready to go. So I'm seeing what's going on. I come around from behind the corner, pistol drawn. I'm going to take 2 attacks once again. I'm going to try to shoot the hand so I can free Pup. Both of those are going to be
You're going to
violent
specifically
shots.
shooting the hand?
Let's do one for the hand, one for the face.
Okay.
And both are
So
going to be violent
the
shots.
the one that you're shooting the hand, if it's a called shot, like if you're specifically trying to hit one, you'll have disadvantage on the shot. But if you hit the hand, it might free Pup.
Cool. That I can do. So you said
Okay.
okay. So I'm gonna roll for hand first.
Okay, so you roll for the hand. Roll it with disadvantage on the attack.
Not too bad. That's an 18.
An
Plus
18 hits.
plus my plus 7. God. So that's
25.
25. Yeah. Okay. And that was a violent shot, so that's double damage on that sucker.
Oh,
So
nice.
that's 9 plus 3. That's 12 plus 4. So that's 16 points of damage on the hand. And now for my second attack on anywhere else that I can hit.
So you just shoot, as you're shooting your second attack, Pup, you hear this as the fingers holding you just and fall off, almost like a sludge. It's like they're severed, but the goo inside his body is so thick and so viscous that the fingers don't go flying off. They just kind of slowly glob off as you fall to the ground just as he's about to slam, and he looks at his hand. And Pup, you land on the ground, just covered in this goo, and you're not sure this smell will ever come off.
Thank you, Steve.
Steve, it's your second shot.
Second shot, you see the gun start to crackle with this violent energy. It's like vibrating, and it's it's a lot. It's powerful, and that's going to be a natural 20 for an attack. So that's a what, 27 total.
Oh my god! So just
and that's a violent shot. So it's double damage die for the violent shot, but then what's the thing with
so you'd add an
nat 20s
extra
again?
damage die for a nat 20.
So that's 3 damage dies. Oh my god.
Yeah, 3 damage die plus your dexterity.
Oh shit. Okay. So that's 16s.
Okay, you roll twice for damage, take a high number or something,
And then add 100. I'm pretty sure is the way it goes.
and then add a
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we turn it into a logarithmic function.
You use y equals mx plus b. Yeah. That's 29 points of damage.
29 points of damage. Your second shot goes
hits,
in
man.
and out, just and you see like a balloon. It almost just pops from either side of him, gushing out just viscera. It's like a thick mucus mixed with spit, mixed with blood, and it smells like a sty that had been digested. 29 points of damage.
And with that, I'm gonna move back into cover, blow the barrel, let that smoke just kind of
Okay,
fume
and then
out.
you
Feeling
move
pretty good.
back into behind here.
Back into cover, yeah.
Yeah. At the same time, he looks at you all and pulls out what looks like this tiny little slip of cloth. It's weird, and he has it in his hand, and it looks tiny, and he starts to
He's surrendering.
And it looks weird. It's not like anything you've seen really before. Steve, next is Cornelia.
I'm gonna go straight up and to the left. Movement, bonus action, all that crap.
You're
75
gonna try
feet.
and get. Are you going around the pillar or just in front of it?
I'll go in front of the pillar, but then start to go
25, 30,
left a little bit
45,
once I
40,
get past
45, 50. This is 50, and you have 25 more feet. Where do you want to go?
it. Okay, and then I'll go to the left of the pillar right there with 25 more feet.
20, 25, like that.
Yeah. I hope I don't die
Okay.
way out here. No one's gonna find me.
Okay.
I'm also leaving a trail, so my friends can
breadcrumbs?
find me.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. You guys have no idea. Cornelia's just gone, and you guys just kind of hear. The only noise you hear is just someone going. And bagpipes. Yeah. Oh my god, I forgot about the bagpipes. Trust.
Yes, sir.
What are you doing?
I would like to get close enough to. Well. If I'm holding Final Strike, does that mean I get 2 actions this turn if I get close enough?
No, unfortunately, yeah. He never
Then
moved inside your range.
Right. But if.
You
Oh,
had a
so it
held
just-
action if he moved within
So it
your
just
range.
it just goes away now.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Okay, well, it's fine. It was a cantrip. It's fine. Then I'm gonna go invisible and go and move
okay.
up.
You cast invisibility. Where are you moving to? Just closer to him, right outside the spike trap.
I would like to move. Let's see, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25,
Like you can move
30.
here or here.
No. I don't want to be that close. Can you? Do you see where? Did I just ping something?
Yeah. Like there.
Yeah.
Okay. So you move up to there.
Yeah. I go invisible first, and then I
Okay.
move.
You go invisible and you move over there. I'm gonna put little markers for everyone who's invisible, because this is getting confusing.
We're all invisible.
You get a little ninja. A little ninja.
We confused the
And
DM. We won the game.
A little ninja.
We win.
One.
Boom, boom, boom. Cornelia, that's that. That's that. Trust.
Yes.
That's your turn. Anything else, Trust? Anything with bonus action? You want to give inspiration to anybody? Anything?
I gave out, I think, all my inspiration before we
Oh, okay.
started the battle.
That's right.
If my lights are still around, I don't know, fly one into his eye.
Okay. Yeah, and that soft light just kind of goes into his eyes, and it doesn't seem like he's even with his eyes. He's even following the lights. It's almost as if this guy doesn't use his eyes, at least in the same way that
Sure.
we use eyes. At the same time, Julissa, pull out your bows. She pulls out a bow, and 3 others pull out bows and line up in like kind of a line here. Line up in a line. And they shoot a volley of arrows at this guy. 4 attacks with short bows come out.
Come on, villagers!
And unfortunately, only one of them hits, dealing 3 damage as they're just firing at this guy. The rest of them kind of just sticking close, getting ready for some sort of charge or anything like that. Okay, Rezik, you're flying around overhead. Pup, you've been dropped right at his, we'll say his right hand. Rezik, you're flying overhead. What are you doing?
Okay, rubbing my hands together and thinking, and I see. By the way, how tall is this guy?
He's about 15 feet tall.
Okay, 15 feet tall. So, all right. So yeah, he slams Pup down to the ground, and Steve shoots his arm off, and I'm gonna fly down to try to help as well, and I'm gonna try to land on the back of his neck, and my fingers have been kind of like being filled with electricity, and kind of just like a lot of like sparks are flying up my fingers as I rub them together. I'm gonna I'm gonna go on his neck, and I'm gonna slap down both hands and try to just send a burst of electricity into his neck using shocking grasp.
Okay. So you roll, make an attack.
Okay.
So you land right on his neck and attempt to lightning him.
So that is a dirty 20.
A dirty 20 hits. Roll some damage.
Nice.
And you guys
Okay.
just see this crackling lightning start to explode out of his back. And as you get close, Rezik, also roll me a Constitution saving throw as the smell this close hits you like a truck.
Oh boy. Okay. Con saving throw.
Yes.
That is an 18.
An 18. You managed to keep your dinner down, but oh man, this guy, it's so gross. As you
my
slam
gosh.
down right on the back of this guy's neck. Roll damage.
So that was does 10 lightning damage, I think, or 10. Yeah, lightning damage.
10 lightning damage. Okay.
And after I strike him with this attack, I'm gonna like just burst back up because actually
Okay.
I'm able to it's part of the spells. I'm able to like get around him or with he can't use his reaction on me. Sorry.
Okay. You land, you lightning him, and then you jet back up into the air. He doesn't even seem to flinch. You hit him. It doesn't seem like this guy has slowed at all in his damage. He's just still like, like a crazy psychopath. Pup, you're right at his feet. Pup,
Great.
you are standing in spikes
No.
as he dropped you down. For every 5 feet you move in this square, you're going to take 2d4 points of damage.
Great. So if
Should
I don't
you-
move, I'm fine.
If you don't move, you're fine.
Great. I'm gonna smack his toes.
Okay. Roll an attack.
17.
A 17 hits.
Nice. Okay.
And that is 10, and I'm gonna do another lightning.
Nice.
13 damage, my first
13
hit.
damage. Okay.
And then I'm gonna hit him again.
Okay.
The Dresden Dice Tower.
7 plus 6, 13.
A 13 doesn't hit, unfortunately. You hit this he has these very clefin hooves, and you hit the part of his hoof that's pure bone, and it feels like you're hitting steel on steel.
So I'm gonna punch him.
Okay.
I'm gonna use a key point for Fury of Blows.
Okay. Furry blows.
blows.
So 2 more attacks
Yeah.
coming in.
Been a while.
16.
16 hits.
Nice.
7.
7 points of damage.
And I'm gonna punch him again.
All right.
Kick him. I'm gonna kick him. I'm just stomping his toe. His
Go
giant
ahead,
toe is
stomp on
bigger-
his toe.
Yeah, 21.
21
Nice.
hits. It's like 21 damage. That's a lot.
Stomping. Can you imagine? 7.
7 damage. Okay. All right. He's still just swinging. And Waylander.
By the way, James, is that lightning damage like doing like more damage than usual? Because that's what it sounded like earlier. It was like kind of like really searing his skin a lot.
Hard to
or is
tell.
that-
Hard to tell. This guy's just
Okay,
like
okay.
pure pustules and goo.
Fuck.
You don't
Yeah.
know, like, from his
fucking
responses,
guy.
you don't know if it's doing more damage, less damage. It doesn't seem like this guy responds to pain in any way whatsoever.
Yeah.
Sheesh.
Not that it matters. I'm pretty sure my fists are magic now, though. So, magic
Okay.
damage does a thing.
Are you there now? Your
All right.
fists are magic? Oh,
I think so. Let me check.
fucking cool. You can punch ghosts.
That little slip of paper, he goes, "Ooh, ooh, ooh," and you notice, it kind of resembles what looks like a rudimentary sling, and he throws this tiny little rock out, which immediately turns into this giant, flaming mini meteorite as it goes flying straight towards this group over here. We're going to roll directional dice to see where it
Yeesh.
lands. Ooh, it lands right in the front, right here, hitting.
Leave those poor
1, 2, 3,
villagers
4,
alone.
5, 6. So all
Meat.
3, 4,
Neat.
5, 6. So 6 of them need Julissa.
A magic hit.
Makes her save.
Mhm.
Oh my god.
This is the first guy out of
Saves.
3. Oh my
This
god.
meteorite flies out of this small little sling, slams into the ground. Julissa dives out of the way, still taking quite a bit of damage. Julissa taking half damage from this blast. The other 5 villagers immediately are just blown to pieces. The size and strength of this rock literally explodes their little bodies before the fire is even able to burn them, as these 5 just are eviscerated off the map. And he looks, "Oh no! Oh no! I want to eat them! No, no!" And he starts to stamp his feet a little bit, throwing what looks like a small tantrum at this point.
Does that
How
wound
many
him?
times?
Does that wound him? The spikes?
Unfortunately, any spikes that he's kind of gone over have been just trampled to bits. So he doesn't take any more damage, but he seems really upset. And let's see where he's looking. Right down. Pup. He kind of looks at you angrily right now as he's just kind of stomping his feet. "I want a snack! I want a snack!" Kelwise, you're playing your bagpipes. This meteorite has landed right next to you and exploded, killing 5 people right in front of your eyes.
Yeah. And I want to take my lips off the whatever it is on the bagpipe long enough to say, "Hey guys, I think it's time for Plan B, where we move quickly," and then keep blowing again.
Okay.
Hear me out here. This guy's goopy. Is Quinquano doing anything? Is he like, hey, like he's mostly
Yeah.
liquid. He's more liquid than he is solid.
He's like a waterbed.
Quinquano isn't giving you anything one way or the other. Yeah, this guy seems so vile and so disgusting that Quinquano might even hurt him as a being, even though he's not from this world. Something about this guy is pure kind of sickness and disease.
Okay, well that's unfortunate. While I'm playing the bagpipe, can I perform an action as well, or is the bagpipe the action?
Playing the bagpipe is the action, unfortunately.
Then
What did you have in mind?
I wanted to I can basically shoot an ice spike, Ray of Frost. I wanted to cast Ray of Frost.
Ray of Frost. Yeah, that's an action. And to play the bagpipe is an action.
Makes
You have
sense.
to stop. You could stop playing the bagpipe for a round and shoot Ray of Frost at him. As he seems pretty focused on Pup right now.
Yeah, I think I want to keep playing the bagpipe though, in the
Okay.
event that he doesn't obliterate me with something else. So I'm just gonna move. I'm gonna keep moving, east and north.
East
25
and north,
feet.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25. It's right there.
Yeah. Sure.
Okay. Still playing the bagpipes loudly. This guy looks down at you, Pup. Just hatred oozing from all of his wounds as he takes these little goat legs and starts to do what looks like a sort of dance as his hooves just and almost start to jackhammer the ground right where you land. As you start to dodge around, might not be enough. What's your AC?
1,000,000.
1,000,000. Well, he gets 1,000,001.
16.
16. So the first hoof comes down and you manage to dodge, but the other second hoof catches you. A third hoof crushes you, and a fourth hoof comes down 3 times. These hooves just start to trample on your body. This guy, super, super heavy. As you start to just feel your body get crushed. You take 9
Zero?
points of damage from the first hoof. You take 10 points of damage from the second hoof. And you take 16 points of damage from the third hoof.
Boy.
As he starts to dance upon your body, you guys
Whoa.
all see him just starting to stomp, 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 stomp. As that's happening, Steve.
Right. I'm gonna start making a move, just because I heard Kelway say that we plan B, time to move. So I'm gonna try to move further north. I'm gonna stick close to on the pillar side.
10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
And I'm gonna
Back.
dash.
Okay.
And I have 30 feet of movement, by the way.
So you dash 60 feet up to here?
Yes. If I can do it a little closer to that statue, that'd be great.
You want to move like closer to here?
Yeah, kind of keep along that line there.
Okay. So you kind of start dashing across that way. Anything else you want to do? You have a bonus action or anything?
Nah, I'm good.
Okay. Cornelia. You as you're moving, you see Pup just start getting pummeled by this thing.
Yeah. I'm really sad about it. I know I have to keep going,
Okay.
but Pup's in my heart.
What are you going?
I'm gonna go north, just along that pillar, and as far as I can go, so 75 feet up,
5, 10, 15, 20, 25. 5,
while
10,
leaving
15,
my
20,
trail
25.
of breadcrumbs.
Okay, you make it up to here. You're almost to where those other 2 generals are, and you see these little creatures running around. Oh, these little demon-looking beings, just kind of chattering teeth. They're just kind of constantly making a weird noise, chewing on everything
Where-
they see.
And the other 2 generals, that's just this little purple spider and then the blue guy, or is there another one?
There's this snake woman with 6 arms, and
Where's
there's
that
a
at?
spider woman.
Where's the snake woman at?
She's right here.
Oh, I
So
see.
you're
Okay,
here.
okay.
Sorry. You're here. She's here.
Okay, I see.
Spider's here. And then
Um,
Snazby's just way over here at the end of this massive corridor.
all right. So yeah, I'm gonna just hang out there for a moment. Yeah, just keep an eye on things and wait till my next turn.
Okay. Cornelia does that. At the same time, Trust, what are you doing? You're invisible now.
Yeah, I'm gonna take one diagonal step closer to get within 30 feet, and then I'm gonna cast the Well, actually, I can keep going past. I'll keep going my full 5, 10, 15, 25,
Like here?
30. Yeah. But I'm still gonna cast what's it called? True Strike.
Okay.
On him.
So you cast True Strike on him.
Mhm.
And does he have to make a save? I forgot to look.
No.
Okay.
It's just
Okay.
instant.
Yeah. All right. You cast True Strike. And those left, Julissa, with her 4 citizens left. One, the little girl with the whip right here. She attempts to rally them. Unfortunately, they start to cower back. Those that made it inside did not expect this, and their nerves start to take hold. She tries to rally them. She does fire off a shot, which hits, and she deals some damage.
Wait, well, are you gonna message me separately my insight into his defenses, or no?
Your extended finger, your magic grants you brief insight into the target's defenses. It just gives you advantage on your first attack roll. That's what the insight does.
That doesn't sound like insight to me. Insight to defenses sounds like
no better
I should
information.
know what I'm working against here. That's poorly written if that's what that means.
He's weak to compliments.
Yeah, I think True Sight only gives you advantage on melee.
It
Well,
gives you.
so-
Then I
against your next
completely
attack.
misunderstood that spell. I thought I would get
But
to know, like,
Roll me a. Yeah. I don't think that's how the spell was intended, but roll me a perception check.
True Strike. Sorry.
oh, that didn't go in my. Yeah, no, I'm not gonna know anything. I rolled a 4. I think I have +2.
Yeah, your eyes are starting to water, getting closer and closer to this guy as it's gross and disgusting. The smell almost burns your eyes before it ever even hits your nose. Unfortunately, you don't discern anything integral, but you do find a few spots on his body that if you attacked would be more advantageous than others.
Okay. Thank you.
The people and Rezik still flying
Okay.
above.
Yeah, so Pup was just like attacked like crazy right now, right? Are they still
Yeah.
up? Okay. But I'm gonna dive. Oh no, wait. Yes, I'm going to. No. What I'll do is I'm gonna launch a Firebolt directly into the stupid guy's head, his dumb head, and I'm gonna try to distract it. So Firebolt first. So I gotta roll for that.
Firebolt.
Firebolt. Oh,
Okay.
Natural 20. Sweet. But it's a cantrip.
Critical hit. So you do max damage with one die and roll another.
Get it?
Okay. D10. Where are you? Where's the D10? I'm just gonna roll it in D&D Beyond. It's fine.
There you go.
Okay, so that would be a 16 fire damage then, I
16
believe.
Fire damage. All right.
Yes. Oh wait, so that's just the 2 D10 that I usually would roll, and then I would add another one.
No. So we do max criticals. I did.
Oh,
one.
max. Okay.
It's max
Max
one
for
die
one die, and then the other. Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Okay,
So yeah. And then so I'm gonna
this
lob
fire
that Firebolt and just be like,
hits him in his stupid head.
get your meat over here, and just try to distract
Okay,
it.
yeah, roll
and
a-
I'm gonna
roll
be
a
like, look,
performance
I'm
with,
over here, and then I'm gonna
roll
fly
a
over here.
performance
Look, now I'm over
with-
here.
Advantage
Okay.
to try and distract him as he's stomping on Pup's head.
Okay.
Is it the bandana that gives him the advantage?
Yeah. That's
of course.
a 21.
A 21. Yeah, he looks up at you after you hit him with the firebolt. Oh, fly! Takes his little thing and starts looking straight at you. Move. Pup. You felt worse, but not much worse.
Feel like doo-doo. I'm gonna hit him And I'm
Okay.
gonna try to stun him.
Okay. Stunning
Use a
strike.
Mm-hmm.
Is that a Constitution save?
It is. I think that I need to see if I hit first.
Yes. A 19 hits. Stunning
Nice.
strike. What's the
Come
DC?
on.
13.
Oh my god, I just rolled double ones. With advantage.
Yes.
His head just starts to. Whoa.
Monks.
Oh, stars! Lots of flies, and he starts to try and he gives up on his little thing and just starts to grab at
Right.
stars that aren't there. How much damage did you do?
I do 5, 6, 7, 8 points of damage,
Okay.
and then I'm gonna smack him again.
All right.
That doesn't take him out of it right now. I don't know.
No.
It's just the
He
beginning. of his
misses.
turn.
He'll lose his next turn. Yeah.
Attack
24.
rolls now at advantage.
Oh, hold up. Let me see if I get a 20. Nah, 24.
24 hits.
You sure? 4.
4 points.
Yeah, and then I'm gonna go.
Fuck yeah.
Owie. Ow. Everything. hurt. And then I'm going to I'm gonna TP over to right. I just want to make sure that I'm pretty sure it's unlimited shadow step.
Yeah.
Yeah, no key points, no
Just a
nothing. I
bonus
can do
action.
Bonus action. Wow, I'm cool.
Wow.
I'm gonna go do that over. Do I see any of my friends? I see only Rezik
know,
and Bobby.
You
Or
see,
Rezik and Bobby.
you
Rezik
see
and,
Bobby,
Steve.
and you see Julissa, and you see Steve way off to the left. You see, and Dick Wellander is right on the outside of the spike trap.
But I do hear bagpipes.
You hear bagpipes coming, but it's echoing so deeply through this chamber
It's hard to tell where.
that it would be almost impossible to tell where they're coming from, but you could attempt it.
Fine, almost impossible.
Roll a disadvantage perception check, and DC will be 20.
Nope. Nope. Perception.
Okay. Where are you teleporting?
I'm gonna teleport over to Steve then. Like,
Steve. So 60
Like,
feet?
to the
10,
top
15, 20, 25,
left where
30,
he is.
35, 40,
Steve!
45, 50, 55, 60. That's about as far as you can get. Right there.
I want to do it on top.
On
Oh,
top?
probably not.
You can only get to
Yeah.
here or here. Unfortunately,
yeah, right
you
there,
can.
perfect, right there, perfect.
Steve is exactly 65 feet away from you. And so Steve,
Sure.
poof, Pup just kind of steps out of a shadow right in front of you.
You good?
Ow. I just cough like a little blood.
Okay, good. Let's move.
Big ow.
At the same time, Waylander holds up his
there.
lantern and spits this flaming ink through his lantern at this
Cool.
guy.
Wow.
Who fails his save, and just starts to catch fire and just starts burning a little bit. And he starts to look at the flames on his body and starts to play with them as they burn him, playfully almost.
Nice. This is crazy.
And is he still just kind of in a daze here? Kelwise, you see this guy. Roll me a perception check.
Alrighty. That's a not good. That's a 8.
An 8. Yeah. You don't really discern anything extra that's going
I
on.
wish I could discern something extra about him.
Yeah, not super extra.
So frustrating. Then I'll I guess I'll keep playing the bagpipes and I'll start heading north.
Okay.
How's everyone? Wait, who's next to me again? It's Jalissa and who's the other person?
Julius is here. The little girl
And
with
those
the
are just
whip is
randoms?
here, and then these are just extra townsfolk. Yeah,
Oh,
I'll call them randos.
bring a little girl.
Well, she's
hopefully
like
he doesn't notice.
she's
him.
like a teenager. We call her a
Okay.
little girl, but she's a teenager.
She's lived a
I guess that's
fine
better.
life.
She's lived a full life.
I'm going to keep heading north.
Okay.
And stay
5,
out of the
10,
circle.
15, 20, 25. Playing the bagpipes. Move you maybe one more away as he's breathing fire. Okay. Invisible. Doom kind of shakes his head, stunned out of his conquer. And you see him blinking a little bit, looking around, catching his bearing. At the same time, Steve, you see him kind of come back to his senses.
My turn now?
Yeah, it's your turn.
Cool. I am going to keep running. I'm going to dash and use all my movement to keep moving north
Okay.
down that way so I can support our friends
35,
here.
40, 45, 50, 55, 60. So like up here?
Yeah.
Okay. You do that. Cornelia.
Am I? No, I don't have a line of sight. All right, I'm gonna try to just sneak. I'm gonna try to start sneaking at this point. So I guess that's half my movement, but I'm still gonna try to do action move, bonus action as far as I can
roll
go.
roll a stealth check. With the plus 10.
So it's 25.
25, okay. 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. We'll give you 40. Since you have 75, right? Yeah. So, you sneak off up to there. It doesn't seem like anyone around here is even looking. These two are just busy eating scraps off tables. They don't seem to be looking at you, even noticing you at all. In the meantime,
He's not
Trust.
stunned anymore?
He's not stunned
Huh?
anymore. His
I
turn
thought it was
came.
I thought it was the end of my turn.
Is it till the end of your turn, or I thought he misses his turn?
No, the target is stunned until the end of your next turn.
Oh, okay. Well, then he's still stunned.
I thought so. Everyone
Trust.
still has advantage against him.
Yeah.
Trust. That's me.
And you have insight, so you have advantage plus he's stunned.
So I have two. So I get to roll 3 times.
No, unfortunately. You just have
Oh.
regular advantage.
Well, that's lame. What a waste of my spell. Then I'm going to. I don't know what to do, y'all.
Do you have any attacks you can throw at it? Like any like?
You
I'm just
are
afraid to
invisible,
waste-
so if you
Yeah.
do
Oh
attack,
yeah, if you
you
go
become,
on. Yeah, never mind. Yeah.
you become
Yeah.
visible again.
Also,
Keep
like,
going, I guess.
yeah, I guess I just
I don't know.
swimming. Ugh. I've been doing. Okay, I would not have used True Strike if I had known what it actually did last turn, but whatever. I'll just go move towards Pup.
Okay. 15, 20, 25. Okay, you move over towards Pup. Still invisible.
Yeah, I'll just be like, hey.
You can, I mean, you can still cast spells. You just can't attack.
Yeah, I don't really have anything to do.
Okay. Let's see if the Julissa can rally the people, and she does. So she rallies this group. They kind of get together and they send a hail. There's 2 archers left plus Julissa, so 3 shots go out. Oh my god, they're awful. They're just terrible. 1 hits, dealing a little bit of sizable amount of damage for what they're doing with these small little bows. And it hits him again, and just more. This guy is just now like oozing from a dozen different spots on his body, but he seems to be just still kind of grabbing at the stars around his head. Rezik, what are you doing?
I'm just gonna lob another firebolt and just be like, buzz off, and just like start taking off in the direction of the door, start flying that direction.
Okay. So you're gonna make an attack?
Yeah, sorry, yeah. Advantage on that. He's stunned. Oh, both 17. All right.
It hits.
Okay, so that's 17 plus 7. Okay, so it's gonna hit, and then 2d10, which I can't find the d10. Okay, D&D Beyond. That's the 13. Yeah, 13.
13 damage. You hit him with
13
this
fire
fire
damage.
bolt, and it hits his body, and the fire starts to just melt, and something, part of that pus starts to catch flame, and his whole body just starts to ignite, and he just stands there. Oh, ha 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 ha! Starts playing with the fires as his body starts burning. Just this acrid smell now wafting throughout this whole place. Everyone within
It wasn't me.
Kelwise, Waylander, and Rezik. All of you guys rolled me a quick Constitution save as this smoke almost explodes out of him as if his body is bursting.
Who's making saves?
A 19.
Everyone?
19.
In that
Kelwise,
area.
no.
11.
11. And Waylander. Rezik, you're flying. You're trying to get out of dodge. 10, 15,
Yes.
20, 25, 30, 35, 40? 40 foot? 60 feet? How far can you
60
fly?
feet. Yeah, and maybe I'll actually like kind of
20.
veer to the right a little bit while I'm going to that. No, I'll go to the pillar over there. Actually,
Over here?
that's cool.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you luckily, because you were moving while that happened, you dodged out of the way. But Waylander, you and Kelwise, your eyes instantly are just covered in gunk. You're totally blinded right now, as there's just this layer of almost dried, burned mucus that has now just seared itself onto your face, blocking your vision. Down the hall, you hear an echoing.
Slow clap.
And that's where we're going to go into a break.
Holy!
No one asked you for a slow clap, Rudy baddies.
All
Thank you everyone
right.
for hanging out with us.
Wow.
We're going to go on a quick break.
That
When
guy
we
was
come back,
freaking
we're going to do more battle. So stick around.
More battle!
Don't go away. We'll be right back. Where were we?
We just
You-
won.
This
Oh!
music isn't quite right.
No.
Are you
We're at
sure?
slow
We
clapping.
killed big
He was,
sticky
he was slow
boy.
clapping to like some nice lo-fi.
This burning, acrid smell fills the air. Kelwise and Dick Waylander, and you kind of just hear, "Oi, you've got stuff in me eyes!" As Dick Waylander's trying to scrape out this. It's almost like a tar that's just been implanted so deeply onto his face that he just can't even pry it away. It's almost as if it's melded to his skin. Kelwise, you kind of feel similarly. As we move right along, that was Rezik's. And you hear that slow clap,
Oh yeah.
and you hear something in a language. He murmurs something, and the second he murmurs that, Cornelia, you see both the snake woman
Oh
and
no.
the spider woman. The spider woman slowly smiles, pulls out this very, very long bow, and 6 magic-looking weapons all gleam in the firelight and get pulled out at the same time as they all start approaching you. Rezik, you had just moved. Pup, you kind of
Approaching me?
What?
They're approaching me.
No. You just see
Oh,
that
you-
since you're the closest one
Oh, good.
to them.
Okay.
They start approaching you guys. Let's see what their turn order is. They got real good. Okay.
Yeah, can I be behind the pillar instead of in front of the pillar?
Nope, not anymore.
Okay. What's still the end of my turn?
Do any of us recognize the language that was spoken?
No, you don't. It's not infernal or anything like that, like trusts native language. It's nothing like that.
I think like
Pup,
a
it's your
speech
turn.
that is deep.
It's not deep speech.
A speech that is deep.
Is it dwarvish?
What do you want to do? Oh, it is Dwarvish. Wow.
Is it?
Oh shoot!
Is it Elvish? Is it common? Sorry.
Oh
sorry,
man, it
Might
is.
be common.
Do you guys speak common?
This has gone on far too long. I'm sorry.
So it's my turn.
Pup, yes. These two are starting to come after the group lazily, but they do seem very proficient at what they do. And it seems like what they do is kill things.
Well, well, I'm gonna take out one of my little pearlies, and I'm going to use it on myself. I think that I have Cure Wounds.
That is
Okay.
correct.
Cure Wounds myself because I am so knocking on death's door. How much is that spell?
Who put the one in the one?
So 1d8 plus your spellcasting modifier.
So if it was you, Daye, then what is your spellcasting modifier? Your charisma. What's your charisma?
It is +5. Oh wait,
Nice.
for yeah, +5. 1d8
Your
plus
20,
5.
20 charisma? Okay.
Yes.
Cool.
I'm charming,
I deal
bitch.
9 damage.
9 damage. Okay.
Damage.
That's your action. What else do you want to do?
Where are they currently? Are they accurately placed on the map?
You're here, and they're all the way up here. And
They're still there. They haven't moved yet.
They haven't moved yet.
Then I'm going to use my full speed to continue to run north towards is
20,
45.
25, 30, 35, 40, 45. Okay, so you run north.
And then, how I'm gonna shadow step to be behind that next pillar north of me. It's 60
Okay.
feet away.
So you shadow step up there.
Cool.
So you behind it?
I'm behind it.
Waylander spends an action trying to remove the gunk from his face, but he fails. Even with all of his many extra arms trying to pull it out, he fails doing that. He spends his turn doing that. At the same time, this six-armed snake woman starts to move the blades almost in a dancing motion where the blades start to dance all around her. 6 blades in tandem, perfectly shimmering, almost to where you can't even see the woman behind it as it starts to almost mesmerize you guys. You see no openings in her defenses as she slowly starts to approach. She moves to there. Kelwise,
Where is
you've got this
Oh,
gunk in
sure.
your eyes. Still playing your bagpipes, but
But
blinded.
Yeah, and I'm gonna stop that and cast Lesser Restoration on myself to cure the blindness.
Okay, so you cast Lesser Restoration, and this gunk just kind of pops off, and your eyes are free. It takes you a few seconds for them to adjust to this light, even though it's dim in here, but the Lesser Restoration cures you from your blindness.
Cool. I would go back to bagpiping, but that's probably the action, so I would still move. Scroll down a little bit. Sorry. I'm gonna move north more and sort of start heading toward the pillar, which is in front of me on the right.
10, 15, 20, 25, like there?
Yeah, that seems fine.
Okay. All right. Catwise does that. At the same time, a spider with the bow smiles. 10, 15, 20, 20. Starts to climb up this pillar very easily and simply, looking straight at you, Steve. She climbs up the
Wait, who
pillar.
put you here?
and lightning fast, you see doof, 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 3 arrows come flying straight towards you. As she climbs about 20 feet up the pillar. What's
Do you
your
need
armor
my
class?
AC? That would be an 18.
An 18. Oof. A nat 20, an 18, and a 5.
Oh boy.
Wow.
Is that over 90 feet though?
Yeah.
Well,
it's a good question.
she has a longbow, which has 150 feet.
Sorry,
And it's a large longbow, which might be even farther. The first arrow slams into you, dealing 16 points of damage as it critically hits you, and then a poison erupts out of the shot, dealing an additional 1 point of damage. The second arrow slams into you, dealing 8 more damage with another 3 points of poison damage. As you hear this hiss coming from her body, as she's very pleased as her arrows take purchase.
That's great. That's nice. Okay.
Is she hot though? Sorry.
That's a good question. Is she
You
hot?
know, she's got this beautiful, perfect ebony skin. It's flawless. She
Oh, you would even there, Captain
moisturizes.
Planet. That's
She
funny.
does everything.
Is she hot though?
As this spider climbs up this pillar a little bit more, Steve.
Well, she's not going to be hot for long. I'm going to try to get close to the pillar in front of me to get partially covered.
Okay.
And I have a question. This is a DM question. What are the specs on Witch Bolt?
Which bolt?
Oh,
that would be a
which
resin
vault?
question.
I can pull it up
At
for you.
second level.
What's the distance?
Spellbook. Witch Bolt. Okay, Witch Bolt is it's only 30 feet, unfortunately.
Okay, so I'm gonna have to work up to that. Okay, so I can just hit with a regular shot then. Cool. I'm gonna do what I did before then. I'm gonna do 2 shots at the spider chick.
What's the distance of your weapons?
That would be 80 feet
80 feet.
at minimum.
Right now, you're about 110 feet away from her.
Its max distance is 320, but
Okay, so you'd be shooting with disadvantage.
that's fine.
So you run up to there, behind the wall,
Mhm.
shooting with disadvantage.
Yep, that's 2 shots. Oh, that's not bad. Okay, so a 15 and a 17. Plus 7 on both, so that's...
With disadvantage on those?
Yeah, with disadvantage. My advantage rolls or my regular rolls were really freaking good.
Okay, Jesus.
It was a 19 and an 18, so not by much. So 15 and 17.
Plus what?
20
7?
Yeah, so it's 24
So
and
22 and a 24. Yeah.
Yeah.
Both hit.
Wonderful. Okay. And those are both violent shots as well. So same kind of crackling energy coming out of the gun. And that's going to be 7, 10, 7. So 24, 28 plus 4, so 32?
32 damage. Yikes. All right. You hit 32 damage. This black blood seeps out of its body as you hit, and it hisses, and the spider almost recoils in on itself.
Is she less hot now that I've shot her?
She's like glistening with this like
Some
blood.
more hot.
So I don't know. That's a per person determination.
Feels like a no.
I can't answer that question for you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Personal
so you're staying behind cover.
Making this hard for me. Yes, I'm staying behind cover. I'm not getting shot like that again.
Okay. Steve, Cornelia.
Yes, sir.
What are you doing?
I'm going to keep stealthing up north.
Okay. Roll another stealth check.
30.
40. Okay. You stealth up to here, and no one seems to
from
look
here-
at you, ever notice you.
Awesome. From here, I'm just going to start keeping an eye out because I know that the key is on somebody, but I just want to make sure it's not on the spider person or the snake person. If they have line of sight, I just want to keep an eye out.
Roll a perception check with disadvantage, though, because it's... wait, you're a gnome, so not disadvantage.
Oh, because a dim light.
It's dim light in here, yeah. But you have...
So still not great. Perception 12.
A 12. You don't see any key or anything on these two, as far as you can tell. But they do have quite a bit of equipment on them. They do seem to be well equipped, so it's hard to tell for sure. But you don't see anything that would look like a key on them.
Okay. And then, just as I'm stealthing, I'll say it again next turn, but I just want to make sure it's not laying around anywhere. Just keeping an eye out for anything key-shaped, key-like.
Okay. Sounds good. And you move up to 40 feet. Trust.
Yes, I will be moving 25 feet forward in between those two, that pillar and that table. I'm going to go
10,
right in there.
15, 20,
Right.
25. Okay.
Did I not? Oh, I thought I would got one more up. No, okay, I counted bad. Yeah.
There you go.
I'm just
No.
hanging
it's fine.
out.
You can move another... I mean, you can dash if you'd like.
Oh, okay. Well, how much further do I get with a dash? Double?
25 more feet, yeah.
I will... I'm going to stay. I'm going to dash next round because I'll be out. Well, I'm invisible, but
Okay.
I'll be out in the open. So I feel very safe right here.
Okay.
Feels
Perfect.
very like I can't get hit by an arrow probably right here.
These 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The rest of the townsfolk continue to approach and follow behind this way as they come to help and aid as best they can. Well, actually, they would dash, so coming right up to about there. As Waylander still claws at his eyes. Rezik.
Oh god, we were supposed to run, but we begin getting pummeled, and this place is such a big room. Man, and I saw Steve take a huge hit, so I'm wasting all my spells. Sorry. Okay, I'm gonna move up 35 feet.
Okay. 20, 25, 30, 35. Is they here?
Thank you. And then I'm going to... Fuck it. All right. Everyone's all these people are behind me. They're trying to find safe refuge from these beasts. So I'm going to go ahead and snap my finger. Sorry, put a pinch of salt from my fingers, snap it, and create a firebolt. But then start wrapping my hands around it, making it larger and larger and larger, and then launch off a fireball at this spider creature ahead of me.
All right.
Man.
Makes a dexterity saving throw. What's your DC?
Dexterity saving throw. Oh, sorry. DC save. 15.
15. It passes, but it takes half damage still.
Okay.
So what's the damage?
The damage. Let's just use D&D Beyond. So 29 halved.
29.
That's
halved.
14, I think. Right.
We'll do 15.
15. Okay. So yeah, I'll lob that, and then I'm gonna hide behind this pillar. I'm gonna go 30
5
feet
feet?
into behind that pillar. I'm gonna go let's go 10, just in case.
10 feet.
Why not?
Okay. 10 feet
Okay.
behind the pillar.
Fuck. That's probably a mistake.
Rezik, pup.
Sir, we all know that our goal here is to get to that back door, yeah? That's what we're trying to do.
Yes. That's what...
Yes, we all talked about
That was plan B.
Yeah.
I'm going to shadow step to the next pillar.
Okay.
Please both lands.
30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60. Okay. So you shadow step over here.
And/or spider lady do not see me. And then I'm going to, if I move and dash, I can move another 90, but then I'm in view of that big bull guy, right? Right?
If you move up here,
If I move another 90, yeah, can he see me?
this guy?
Yeah.
Yes.
Then I'm just gonna move behind that pillar.
Right here?
I would prefer to go on the left side, but like so
Right
where
here?
he still can't see me, like around the corner, like even further up, like a couple more up. However far north I can go without being seen by him.
Yeah, right about there. Okay. Waylander. Gonna try and get these stuff off his eyes. Ha! And he fails again. Waylander still trying to move and pull stuff out of his eyes.
Wait.
Yeah.
I just realized I ran by Cornelia. Could I have shadow stepped with her to bring her with me?
But you can't see Cornelia. She's
Oh,
invisible.
that's right. Dang.
Unless
So-
you notice my breadcrumbs.
Your breadcrumbs.
Can I just grab onto Pup? If I see Pups.
I mean, if you grabbed Pup out of nowhere, the chances are Pup might pop you in the face.
Yeah, that's true.
Fed.
Good point.
Okay, never mind. Sorry.
Yeah. Unfortunately,
Sorry.
she's invisible
Sorry,
and
Taylor.
she's
I'm sorry.
super quiet, so not available. Wheelander still pulling stuff out of his eyes. Swords. Five, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Moves over here. Her hands start to move. She starts to cast a spell. And whoof, she disappears. And this is the last known area you see her. And then you hear a slithering as she moves somewhere else. Cowwise. You're muted. Sorry.
I start blowing again. Blow them
Okay.
pipes.
You blow them pipes. Are you moving?
I am. Yeah, I'm gonna move. I'll go around the pillar to the left-hand side and keep. No, I'm gonna move around the pillar to the right-hand side and keep moving north.
10, 15, 20, 25. Okay, so you move about to there. Blowing the bagpipes as they echo throughout the room.
Blowing.
And do they seem to enjoy those more than they seem to be distracted by them? Or
Hard to tell. Hard to tell what
Okay.
their musical tastes are. I think they're more of a Motown crowd, but you know, don't judge
who isn't?
don't judge a spider by their carapace. Kelwise is that the Drider. The Drider holds the arrow, pulls an arrow, cocks it, and holds it steady. And just points it down the line. Hard to tell what her many eyes are looking at.
Oh, great.
At the same time, Steve.
Okay. Oh, this is dicey. I'm a little boxed in right now. Presumably. Okay, you know what? How far can I get to the next pillar with if I dash?
This pillar?
Yeah.
You would be running by the where the member the invisible woman was. Just saying.
Right, but you said was and then heard.
Heard it move in a direction you couldn't discern.
Okay, I was gonna say
So-
I was gonna ask
so
if I
you
could roll
wanna go this
perception to
way?
try to figure out where.
Which direction do you want to go around? This way of the pillar? Up that way?
No, because that opens me up. Possibly.
So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. You'd make it to about right here if you dashed.
Okay. Does that table there, would that provide any sort of cover if I were?
Yeah, you could dash
stand
under this
behind that?
table, for sure.
Okay, I'm gonna dash to the table.
Okay. So you'd have to go around this way. But you dash out and you dive under this table for cover.
Okay.
Under this broken table. We'll give you a snail because you're undercover. There we go. Undercover snail.
Wait.
Undercover snail
Steve,
coming this fall.
Cornelia. What are you doing?
Did I see the thing go invisible? Everyone saw that?
It was kind of behind a pillar. You wouldn't really be able to see line of sight.
Okay. So I'm okay.
Maybe.
I am going to attempt to. I'm gonna keep stealthing, and I'm gonna go to the right of the pillar where Pup is. So I'm gonna
Okay.
take that direction a little bit.
20, 25, 30,
Uh,
35,
yeah, more
40. So
direct
like right
path
there.
Yeah, and then
Move
chill
up
there
there.
with being quiet and all.
Okay.
And do I
Uh,
see the key? Can I look
I
again?
can take you to the other pillar and then
These guys come running up. So-
Woo.
Anything else?
Do I know that though? I think I know that.
Wait, know that I can shadow step you? We've practiced it.
Yeah, I could.
We've done it. That's how I got you out of a mouth.
Yeah.
I was almost trying to stay away from you though, so that if you get attacked sort of thing, at least there's two. I think that I can still. Yeah, I think I'll stick where I'm at. And then can I make another look at further key?
Okay. Roll a perception check.
Oh my jeez. 11.
An 11. Yeah, unfortunately with everything going on, you don't see anything that looks anything like a key.
Cool.
And then this guy is mostly shrouded by a table as he kind of sitting on a throne, just eating.
All right, I'm gonna hang out there.
Trust? What are you doing?
I'm gonna dash 50 forward, just straight forward, trying to get between those at that other table.
45, 50.
Pillar
right there.
situation. Yeah, right there.
Dive from one table to the next.
Yeah.
All right. Rezik.
Okay. Can I try to creep around? And I'm still floating 60 feet off the ground. I'm going to try to creep around the other side of the pillar and just look and see if I can get a vantage on this spider lady.
Okay. So like 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, right around there. You can kind of peek out and see ish. She's mostly covered because she's on this other side of a pillar, but you can kind of see within the shadows that she's on the pillar right there.
So she's covered? Or partially covered?
Yeah, she's
Okay.
She's mostly covered right there.
That was 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. Okay, can I try to go? I'm gonna keep going. So I went 5, 10. Because I went 35, so I still have 25 left. So I'll go 25 feet further.
This way?
20, 25, yeah, towards
And
that
as you do
statue and like
that-
in front of it, and then I'm going to
That-
Misty Step.
That creature turns her bow straight at you and fires right as you're trying to Misty Step.
Okay, I
her
thought she was covered, so she
reaction.
couldn't like possibly see me. That's what I was going off of. Sorry.
She can see, once you come around this corner, from here you can't really see each other. If you come around here, then you can. They could see each other.
Okay. Then, and would I know that, or was that like I wouldn't know
you
until I
could
got
see.
there?
Yeah, you could see.
Okay. Okay. So can I get
She's
to like
right-
where I'm pretty sure I still can't see her, and then I'm gonna Misty Step 30
Okay, so, like,
feet
right here. So where do you
get
want
to the other side of that statue if possible. 5, 10, 20.
So about right here.
The other side of the statue, yeah, because it's 30 feet.
Here, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. It's right here.
Right there? Oh, okay.
Yeah. And then you're just going to fly the rest of the way?
And then I'm going to fly the rest of
25
the
more
way.
20, 25. Okay.
And just try to, like, just hang out for a bit. Hopefully they don't see me.
All right. Pup.
I am going to shoo-ba-da-doo, Misty Step. I'm going to Shadow Step behind that pillar to north of me.
15, 20, 25, 30, 35,
That stinky boy does not see me.
60. Okay.
I'm going to. I want to try to get to the door if possible.
Okay. So you're going to run up the stairs?
Oh, those are stairs. Yeah.
Okay.
Quietly. I'm going to quietly sneak
So
up there.
roll a stealth, and you'll be moving at half speed.
Stealth is half? Okay, that's fine. 28.
28. Okay. And you move... How far do you move?
If I was gonna do my full distance, which is 90, so 45.
So 45 stealthing.
Yeah.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 45. So you get to ride up to about the stairs while you're stealthing.
Do I see anything? Is this just a pile of bones, or like, is there anything
It's a
that
giant pile of bones. Some human, some monstrous looking, some huge, some small. And it just smells awful in here.
Oh, great. Not as bad as me, but
Close. Pretty close. But not... The mix of pup and rotten mucus. Waylander, one more time, tries... Oh! Nat 20. Finally gets the gunk out of his eyes. No longer blinded. Goes running up. 20, 20, 30. Just goes running in a direction. Steve, you're under this table.
Oof.
And you're hiding from this spider who's got a bow out, ready to just launch a hail of arrows into the next thing that comes into its view.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like you don't hear anything but the slicing of flesh, and then you hear it before you feel it as 6 blades start to carve you up from behind. But we'll deal with that next week
no.
on -1 Combat Simulator.
I have a feeling. Like,
Oh.
What the
-1
heck?
Death Murder Machine.
Hate it.
The stealth mission was not a stealth mission.
Welcome to the
That's
meat
just-
grinder, everyone.
am I the only one that
Meat
got the
grinder.
memo? I'm kidding.
Whoa, I'm way past
all he
you
did.
now, buddy. I got grounded and I'm by the door. I think I got hurt the most.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
you
mean,
did some damage
mentally or
in.
physically?
Both.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think
Yep.
Trust took the most amount of mental damage.
It's
Just like
like
True
yeah.
Strike.
Chimera.
and
They're
he's
probably
done.
feeling pretty badass, honestly.
All right, I'm moving over here, table to table.
Yeah. I was like, okay, doing nothing. Let's go.
I mean, we're doing pretty good. Nobody's died yet. Like, we're doing what
No one's
we
died.
planned. Distractions and
Mhm.
get up there and
Yeah.
do the thing.
Until James
Yeah.
rolls like 60 damage for Steve, and then it's-
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
she's only got 6 blades.
yeah,
Yeah.
So, like-
it's
it's like 36 damage plus proficiency.
they're like very small too. They're like razor blades.
that'll kill
Very
him too.
small rocks.
It's not like that's exactly what my HP is right now, so.
Yeah.
Plus the 8 temporary. Don't forget.
Yeah.
Yeah. 8 temporary.
Oh, the eight temporary are
That's
gone.
gone.
Thank you, everyone, for
At
hanging
first you
out
go. Yeah.
and watching this. This has been a long time coming. Unfortunately, it didn't resolve, so the stress of these weeks will carry over So next week,
More battle.
we'll be back. And speaking of next week, we'll be back next week at 7 p.m. Pacific with more of our Chronicles and Aventide Crimson Madness campaign.
Chronicles and Aventide, more like it.
Hey,
Chronicles and haven't
Yeah, we
died.
haven't died yet.
So come hang out with us 7 p.m. Pacific time next Monday for that. Other than that, thank you so much, everyone, for hanging out. We had a blast. Please take care of yourself and take care of each other this week. And I guess we'll see you next time on -1 Charisma.
-1 Charisma. -1
everybody.
Charisma.
Thanks for hanging out.
-1 Charisma.
Good night, y'all.
Cha-cha-cha.